One time. You're always on time. You can't do no wrong. Remember, you leave the 99 always on. You're always on time. Yeah, that's what it says it will do. My God, yeah. Um. Always leave the 99, always for the one. 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 Leave the 99, always. As the teacher said, Hi, Ali. Okay. Live the night tonight, always for the one. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Live the night tonight, always for the one. Um, Hi everyone, can you hear me? Hi Mustafa, stop calling me prof. Please, if you can hear me, say hi. If I don't need to use my mic, can you hear me? Just type in the comments before I rush to get my mic. Hi, Praise. Or I don't know which one is your first name. Okay, let me use the first name. Hi, Isaac. Ali said I wanted to be a data analyst as a beginner and also a postgraduate student. Advice. Any advice? Yes, yes. My postgraduate, I have to postgraduate. So first one I studied infotech, and that is information technology. The second one I studied cybersecurity. But right now, I'm a data analyst. So you can be anything you want to be as far as you're in love with tech. So let's just give like 5 minutes before others come in. If you have any question, you can ask me before we get started. So let's see. If you're a beginner, I can ask any question, any question. So I'm doing this majorly because of beginners and also intermediates, because I was doing courses everywhere. But when I got into the job, it was a different ball game. I noticed that I did visualization was just like 30% or 20% of the job. So the analysis part we're going to do today is how I table my reports. So that is why I'm doing this, so that in case you find yourself in such environment, it will be easy. So any question before we get started? We will start by 11:05. We have 2 more minutes before we get started. Then if you're not on the support group, let me put it there. So we have a Telegram group for support. If you're not on the Telegram group, you can join so that it will be easy to just answer your questions there during the week. Hi, Favor. Hi, Ronnie Crown. I am a Ronnie Crown. Sounds like a queenie name. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. Yes, as a data analyst, you can work anywhere, because every company needs somebody to analyze their data. Any company, not any company, every company needs to see um, what their company have been doing. So you need to analyze their previous year data and their this year data. So if and the good part of it is that they will tell you to learn SQL, Python, Power BI, and Excel. Now, people don't like saying they use Excel a lot, but when you go to the offices, they use the facts. 60% is Excel. They've tried to throw Excel away. 60% is Excel. So that is what we're doing today. You can work anywhere. As a data analyst, you can be a sales analyst, you can be a finance analyst, you can be should I say product analyst? That one is in between because you need other stuff to add to it. You can be any analyst you want to go to. As far as you have the background knowledge, then whatever comes out of the job, you learn on it. You get, you know how to use Excel, arrange your stuff, do your formulas, then you're good to go. Nobody's an island of knowledge. You can't know everything. Like when you put a job description, you can't tick all the boxes. You still have one or two things you still need to learn on the job. And sometimes they might put all these things for requirements for a job, but when you start the job, it's just like this. You just use very little. So that's it. Just 1 minute. It's already 11:05. We're about to start because we want to finish on time. Just a minute. Let me just check my chat. Getting some chat cleaning. Um, so let's start. You're welcome, Isaac. So I on this live stuff, I have the ability to bring in I think about 5 people on the live chat. So probably towards the end of the class, if you have questions, you can let me know. I can bring you up to the live if you want to show your face. If you don't want to, no problem. If there are some people that have questions, we can move to either hi Tessie. We can move to either Zoom or something. But if there are just few questions, I can take I think up to 5 or 6 people. I can invite them into the live. But because of the space of the screen, so we'll just I'll just minimize my face and we'll continue. Hi Anita. Hi Mohammed. Welcome, welcome. I have some people that are here that are from Borno State. Like, I'm so proud of you guys. That state is beautiful, regardless of what you're saying. So let's start. Let me just show you what we're going to be doing for these 2 weeks. Hello, Sadiq. Ah, Chidera is a guru. Chidera just gave up, but Chidera is a guru. Hi, my boss. I'm loyal. So let me just show you what we'll be doing for these 2 weeks quickly, so that we get started. Let me share screen. Um, okay. I'm trying to see if I can be following up with the chat here since I'm expanding my screen. Um, okay. How do I want the screen to be now? This one, no. Okay, this is better. So, this is what we'll be doing. First of all, let's start from the back. So this is like a simple visualization for a beginner. So we'll be doing this visualization. I might end up changing it at the end of the day, but we're going to start from the this is the last part of this course, visuals. Then we are going to be doing pivot table. So you're going to be learning about pivot table and all that on this. Then from there, what we're going to be doing today is analysis. So this is analysis. For here, we are going to be using formulas. So the use of formulas, most of the time, this is how I present my reports. So it's just formulas and making it appealing so that people can see it. So from your formulas, you can just from your analysis, you can do a quick chart on top which tells the story, As you can see, this story moves from, okay, this is the sales for 2017 and the region sales and all that. So this is part of what we're going to be doing today, and we're going to be doing data cleaning also. So this is date. Today we are going to be talking about XLOOKUP, index match, some ifs, if statements, data cleaning. So if I'm a bit fast, you can let me know. I talk fast normally. So if I'm a bit fast, please let me know in between so that we can sort it out. So this is the report when I was done, and that is it. So we'll get started now. Okay, hi Jumoke. Tessie said that she shared it. Yeah, I shared the data set. Let me just pin it. I did. I'll pin it now, Tessie. Let me quickly pin that. I'm trying to pin the comments. Mm, Um, 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 um. Okay, let me see if this works. Tessie, can you see the data set now? I just made it like, hi, Gregory. I'm calling you Gregory on live stream. I'm being nice. Okay. Tessie, can you see the data sets now? Hi, Jolie. Jolie is joining us from Facebook. Tessie, please confirm you can see the data set now so that we'll move. Okay, probably I'll just go ahead. I think I've gotten everybody. Okay, you're welcome. So let's get started. So these are data set for today. So today we are going to start from cleaning. Let me just increase the size a bit so that we can all see. So we're all good. So let's get started. If you're not on the group chat, please signify. We'll just drop. Sorry. If you're not on the support group, which is on Telegram, please signify because I might not be able to be coming back to YouTube chats to check questions. Before we get started, I just want to give honor to whom honor is due. I just want to make a little prayer. Father in heaven, we thank you. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for being a God unto us. Father, please take control of this training and let it be impactful and understandable in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, Lord. So let's get started. So first of all, when you receive your data sets, um, navigating between charts and the screen is going to be very taxing. So I'll be coming back to be checking charts. Please, if you have any urgent thing you want to send to me, please send it to the Telegram group because right now I am not seeing the chat on the live. So let's get started. We're starting with data cleaning first. So for the data cleaning, this is how our Excel came in. This is how we received our data. Okay, okay, this is how our data was received. As you can see, we have, so the first thing we want to do, we want to arrange our data set. We want to align our columns. If you are new to Excel, so this upper part is called columns and these ones by the side, the numbers are called rows. So these are rows and these are columns. So if now you're looking at a data set where we have so much spaces, so like our rows and our columns are not aligned. So we need to align it. We need to make sure that everything is in place before we start cleaning. So which is rearranging of the data set or adjusting the data set to fit in your words or your data. So what you can do, two ways you can do it. Either you come here, you see where my mouse is here. So you come to this triangle by the left hand side, you click on it. When you click on it, highlights your whole data set. Or you can just do Control A. So Control A also highlights your whole data set. So let's go with this. When you click on this, there are spaces, these small lines in between the alphabets. You just double click on it, and the spaces in between the numbers, you double click on it. So it automatically readjust your data sets into the columns and into the rows. It looks blurry. Okay, I think I should take it back. Is it better now? Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm just seeing my screen from here. I have, oh, sorry. Sorry, let me reshare. It's still taking my other screen. Thank you, Mohammed, for pointing that out. Sorry, let me reshare. Yeah, yes, I know. Sorry about that. I was actually working on the screen. You guys were not seeing what I was doing. Is this better? Can you see my screen now? So this is the screen I was working on. Sorry, since I didn't share my entire PC, so that means I need to be picking the screen I'm talking about. Thank you. Sorry about that. I was on another screen. Meanwhile, another screen was being displayed. So this is our data set that we'll be working with. Um, okay. Sorry about that, please. So these are data sets we'll be working with. So on this data set, the first thing you have to do is to, so I'm just going to go over it again. Meanwhile, I've done some changes already. Let me just see if I can. Okay, this was how it was. So as you can see that this data set is not arranged. So first thing before you start cleaning is to make sure that there are no spaces, your columns and your rows are aligned. So if you're a beginner, this upper part, the alphabets are your columns. So we call this column A, column B, column C. And the numbers are your rows. So this is row 1 to the end. So as you can see, we have spaces on top and we have spaces. So we need to align our column and our rows accordingly. So to do that, two ways. Either you come to your left hand corner here where you have this triangle that is backing the rows. You just click on it and it aligns your data sets. Or you can just on your keypad just Control A. It also does the same thing. So once you've done that, I'm just checking that there's no error. So once you've done that, you you come in between the alphabet and you double click on any line in between any of the alphabets. So any line you wish at all. So you can pick any one, you just double click on it. Sorry, where you have the plus sign, just double click on it. It aligns the column and you double click on the rows. Like any line in between. You see a tiny faint line in between the rows, you double click on it. So it aligns the rows now. So now we can start our cleaning. So next thing we want to do, so to start our cleaning, we need to remove duplicates. And when you start removing duplicates first, because what if you have 10,000 data and you have like in between those 10,000 and you have like 5,000 duplicates, that makes your data set very bulky. So you need to start from duplicates so that you can have lighter data sets to start working with. So to remove duplicates, you go to the upper part of Excel here, you go to data and you go to remove duplicates. So first of all, you can highlight the data you might not since it's the entire table. So remove duplicates, and you notice that when you click on remove duplicates, everything is ticked. So make sure that all your column headers are ticked. If there's anyone that is not ticked, just tick them because we're removing duplicates for everything. So you just click OK. Once you click OK, to tell you that 4 duplicate values were removed. Like for this data set is good. Sometimes it might have up to 1,000 duplicates to be removed. So you click OK. So now we've done two things. We've aligned the data sets, we've removed duplicates. So the next thing we want to do is to look at our data sets to see if there is any inconsistent naming. Now, why I love this data set is that we have we don't only have the sales data set, we have dates, we have customers, we have um, we have sales rep, we have location, we have products and all that. So okay, this product, I think I was okay, yeah, we have products. So whatever you do to sheets team sales, you have to do to teams dates, you have to do to teams customers, team sales rep, teams location. So you have to clean your data sets like individually before you merge them together. So merging is what we're going to be talking about, the XLOOKUP and the index match. So before we get there, let's continue. Oh, sorry. I know I'm too fast. I'll take it all over again. So to take it all over again, let's start from the beginning. So let me undo what I've done. I think that's all. So most of the time, this is how our data set comes in. And sometimes if you're working in an organization, most of the time your data sets might be coming in from an ERP system. That's your enterprise resource planning tool. So it can be from your SAP program, it can be from Cisco, it can be from even HubSpot, it can be from Salesforce. It doesn't it depending on where your data set is coming from. So most times data sets that comes in from an ERP system are usually well aligned and well structured. But since this data set was gotten online and I manipulated it a bit to be dirty, so that is why we're having spaces. So just in case you come across data sets that have all these spaces, it's not all the data sets that you have to realign together. So I'm just doing this just in case you come across a data set that is not aligned. So for you to align your data set, which is the first thing you do before you start cleaning, is to highlight your whole data set. So you highlight here. To highlight, either you come to the triangle here, this triangle by the left hand side, this one here, or on your keypad, on your keyboard, you press in Control and you tap A, and it will highlight everything for you. But most of the time, I like using this. So by the time you highlight this, you click on this triangle, you go in between. You notice that there are lines in between the alphabets, right? Between A and B, there's a tiny line there. Between B and C, there's a tiny line there. So when you put, like now, when I put my mouse on C, the arrow is pointing down, but I need it to be on cross. So your mouse has to be on cross. Then once it's on that cross, you double click. Once you double click on it, it's it's adjust the columns. So to adjust the rows, just like how we did in the columns, you go to 6 and 7 or anyone. You see the line in between the numbers. They're like, should I say light gray, or they're not black though. So just double click on any of those lines when you have the plus only, not when you have the arrow. When you have the plus, you double click on it. So it now aligns your rows and your columns are aligned, right? That's very good. So now your rows and your columns are aligned. So next thing, we're going to check through the other sheets. So these buttons down here are called sheets. So as you can see, let me move my face up a bit. Let me see if I can move my face up a bit so that um okay. Unfortunately, I can't. So that I think my picture is blocking the tabs down. So I'm trying to see if I can move it a bit up to see. Or should I expand this? Okay. Um, so let me just continue. I can't really move my face, and if I remove it, my mouse will also be removed. So let's just continue. So if you have the data set, so I'll just be calling on the tabs name, so you can just be following and all that. So what we did for okay, just trying to see if I'm on the right screen. Sorry. Okay, yes, I am. So what we did for the sales sheet, we're going to do it for dates to see if date is aligned. Date is aligned. Customer is okay. Customer is not aligned. We also have spaces here, so we come to the same thing we did on the sales sheet. Let me press the customer sheet. The same thing we did on the sales sheet. You click on the triangle at the left corner there to highlight everything. Then when you see the plus sign in between the alphabets, you double click on it. And when you see the plus sign in between the numbers, you double click on it. So now our customer sheet is done, is aligned. You go to the same thing for this is the sales rep sheet, the location sheet, and the product sheet. So we've done alignment for all the sheets now. So the next thing for us to do is to remove duplicates on all the sheets. So whatever you do for one sheet, you need to check through, do the same thing. And if it's not applicable, the system will not, remove anything. So the next thing you want to do is to we want to remove duplicates now. Say the name of the sheet so we identify. The first one, I'm currently on the sales sheet. If am I saying on the group, can you go over the alignment? Do you want me to still go over the alignment? I don't know the name that you are on YouTube. Um, if you still want to go over the alignment, let me know on the chat. We still have a lot to do. So, everything, you might not really understand everything now. Probably after the class, you can still go over it again. And if you have any question, you can always. Oh, okay. Okay. That was an old message. Okay, no problem. You can always put it on the support group, and I can personally send you a voice note, or you share screen or something. So that's a good part of the support group. So next we want to remove duplicates. So to remove duplicates, you highlight everything. Okay. To remove duplicates, you highlight everything just like we did to align the data set. You align everything. You go to data. So on your tab, your Excel tab up. Okay, Farmer, no problem. Thank you. On your Excel tab up, you see home, insert, power layout, formula, data. So when you go to your data, on the data tool, you're going to see remove duplicates. So you click on remove duplicates. So on your remove duplicates, make sure that you have your columns. These are all the column headers. So you make sure that all the column headers are ticked. Once all of them are ticked, just click OK. So when you click OK, the system will bring up a message to tell you if you have duplicates on that sheet or not. So on this sheet, we have 4 duplicates. So you click OK. So we remove duplicates on the sales sheet. On the sales sheet. So the next sheet that we have is the date sheet. Now we highlight everything and we do the same thing. Go to data and go to remove duplicates. So now it has picked my column header. My column header are date and week number. And we click OK. So as you can see on the date sheet, we have over 8,000 duplicates. So we have over 8,000 duplicates. So we click OK to remove the duplicates. Someone is asking a question. Sherry, please, can you go over the alignment? Sherry, because we don't have time, can you just watch if you're on the support group? If you can just watch what I'm doing, then later when you have the recording, you can now take your time and look at it again. Then after looking at it on your own, when you look at it on your own and you don't still understand, you can reach out to you can drop it in the support group. If you're on the Telegram group. So now we've removed duplicates on the date sheets. So next we move to customer sheets because we're just flowing with it. So on the customer sheet, let's highlight this one. I would have loved to leave it, but let's highlight it, go to data and go to remove sheets. So our column headers are highlighted and we click OK. No duplicates found on the customer sheet. Then we move to the sales rep sheet. On the sales rep sheet, let me just make that one bigger. On the sales rep sheet, on the sales rep sheet, just highlight it and same thing, you go to data and you go to remove duplicates. Then you just click OK. So no duplicates on the sales rep sheet. On location, you're welcome. On the location, so I'm just increasing the font so that's um so on the location, you do the same thing, highlight everything and remove duplicates. Removing duplicates, go to data, remove duplicates. So on the products, we will just do the same thing. You highlight everything, go to data, go to remove duplicates. Click OK, no duplicates found. So now we are through with remove duplicates, right? Are we all good on that? Because next we want to move to trim and proper. Trim and proper. So for the trim and proper, we want to, okay, I already put a filter here. Let me remove that. Um, so to use the trim and proper is to, for something like this, where we want the customer name to start from, the first word, the first letter has to be, okay, yeah, thank you, Tessie. The first letter has to be capital, it has to be uppercase, and the second letter has to be the second letter of the word. English is hard. The second letter of the word has to be uppercase also. And we notice that the spaces in between the names are there are spaces in between the names, as you can see, like this Andrew, there's a space there, and Sandra, there's a space there, and all those things. So that is what we want to treat. But for the customer name, it is very visible. Do you understand? So it is very visible for you to just know that there's something wrong with this name. What if from here to here they were all correct, but you had over 10,000 data? So you can't keep scrolling. That is why you need to use your filter to check if your data is correct. So most of the time we'll be using filter to check. So for this one, we only have, because of time, the only time we're going to use trim and proper is in the customer data set. So please go to your customer data set. Let's use the trim and proper function. Let's move to the customer data set to use the trim and proper function. So for us to use the trim and proper function, let's add a column in between B and C. So to add a column in between B and C, you highlight C, you go to home, and you go to insert. So when you go to home, you go to insert, it gives you a new column where we're going to be working with. Now, I said trim and proper, but let's use trim first and see the outcome of what it's going to give to us. So if I do trim, okay, just trying to check if you have any question. If we're doing trim, you just do equal to, you start your Excel formulas with equal to trim, and okay, what just happened? Excel just automatically closed. Strange. Okay, where are we? Sorry, my Excel just automatically closed. I don't know. This is 11:28. Okay, got it. Close. Yes, see you later. So let me share screen again. The pop up. Where are we? Store. Okay. I think we're back up now. So we are here. We've added a new column in between B and D, which is now our C. So we want to do trim equal to trim. So this is our trim function. I pick trim. Yes. Godwin just sent a message via detail. Yes. After the class, I'll drop the link for the um replay. Then if you have any questions after that, no problem. So you pick trim equals to trim, and this is the cell we want to trim. So you pick this and you tap enter. So once you tap enter, let me just drag it down. You notice that it does not align our names properly. Most times, as you know, we all know that in primary school, a noun starts with a capital letter. We notice that from here, the names are starting with small letters, right? So it's only the trim only takes care of the spaces in between the names. So like this Andrew, the space at the beginning, it's all gone. So that's the function of that is the trim function. It just remove some people call it white spaces. In Power BI, they call it white spaces. So you just remove the spaces in between your words that are not supposed to be there. So, but we don't only want to trim, we want to also make sure that the first letters are in capital letter. Like my name is UD now, so U is going to be capital. So if I am UD Allen, so my U has to be capital letter, my A has to be capital letter. So here now, my C has to be capital letter, and my G has to be capital letter. So when you have something that like this, let me increase the font again so that. So when you have something like this, so you go back to your formula in front of the trim, in between the equal to and the T, you click in between there and type proper. So far, once you stop typing, it comes out. You see that that's the third thing I have here, proper. I just double click on it. Once I double click on proper, I go to the back of this and I close it. Then I tap it. So now with that proper now, it has taken care of my names not written well. Then just say. So with proper and trim, it takes care of the first alphabet and also the spaces. So for you to drag all these things down, just double click on here. So let me be saving it because the system can be. Let me save what we're doing so that we don't have system closing because I have so many updates. I just reinstalled this PC. So there are so many updates running at the background currently. So closing and coming back. So now we are done with this. So for here, so let's just copy our column header, copy, paste. So our column, we've copied out our column header. So now if you go ahead to delete this, let's delete this. Let's see. We don't need this column again. This is our right column, right? You delete this off. See what you're getting. Oh, sorry, Tessie. See what you're getting. I'm coming. Just let me know where you stop, Tessie. See what you're getting. We're currently getting errors. So let me undo that. So when you work on, when you correct a column and the formula is still there and you delete the column that had issues, you are going to, it's going to give you an error because that new column is dependent on the old column. So how we can do it, and all these things you're doing, you need to be writing it down because it's going to be part of your reports. Like what you did. I did that, I did cleaning. So when how will I put it now? To make your reports easy. So whatever you do before you do it, take a screenshot of it. Like now, if I'm supposed to do a report on it, maybe a Medium report or a GitHub report, I would have taken a screenshot of maybe from here to here so that they can see the spaces and see the inconsistent names. And when I'm done, I will now take the reports like before and after. Do you understand? So to make your work easier, to make maybe your reports more bulky, you how will I even put it? You lodge your um project managers help me. You and okay, let me just go over the trim and proper again before we continue. Um Kubura has also said she was lost too. So let's just go one more time. But again, what I'm trying to say, so whatever you're doing in your cleaning to make your reports, someone to understand that, oh, this person really understand what she's doing. So always document your report. Probably as you're working, open one Word document somewhere. So be taking your before and after, before and after, before and after. So by the time you are done, you can put them together in one report. So let's just go over the trim function one more time. So I delete this off. So for the trim, like I said, I won't go over all the sheets. But if you're working on your own, please go over all the sheets to check if there's any sheet that needs trim and proper. Trim, trim and proper function. Let me put function at the end before I go start thinking something else. So for this one, I already checked through the sheet and I know that my trim and proper function is needed in the column sheets, right? So to do that, I add a column in between B and C. So for me to add a column, I highlight, now I'm using the arrow key. So once the arrow key comes up, I just click on it. That highlights this entire column C. And I go to home and I go to insert and it gives me a new column. Now, once it gives me a new column, the next thing is for us to start working, right? Now, first of all, let's use the trim function and see. So I put equal to all your function. When you want to write formula in Excel, equal to must start it. So I put equal to and I put trim. Now, once you just put CRI, it comes up, you just double click on it and the trim comes up. So the next, if you can see, it's saying trim text. So what's my text? Here. So this is the text. If it was here, I would have picked. So anywhere. So then you can close the bracket and you tap it. So once I tap that, I drag it down because I want to use this Andrew as an example. So as you can see, the trim takes care of the extra spaces you have in front. Like this Sean and the Andrew, we no longer see spaces in between, like before the names, right? So, but it doesn't take care of the first, like this clear and this goods now. It doesn't capitalize each word. So we need to, because this is the name of a person, and English tells us that the first letter of your sentence had to start with a capital letter, right? And for names, like now is the name of a person and not place of things. For names, for names, you need to start with a capital letter. So it just um so for us to start the names with capital letter, like each word with a capital letter, you go back to the formula you wrote on the formula bar. My formula bar is up here. Let me see if I can expand the formula bar a bit. So this is my formula bar up here. Um, if you can see it, my formula bar is just up here. So in your formula bar, so this is my formula bar. So in your formula bar, in between the equal to and the T, in between the equal to and the T, you type proper. Before you even finish typing Excel, I've said I'm here. So you just type proper, and now you have proper and trim in B2. You close that and you tap it. So once you tap it, you now take it down to Andrew again. And now this formula or this function you've written has taken care of um, the names, and it has taken care of the spaces. So then to do the same thing for the rest of the data, you just double click. You see a tiny box here, this small tiny green, looks like green or something, tiny box at the edge here. Just double click it and it takes everything down. So next, since we're working on customer name, there's no need to retype. So just copy the customer name here and you paste. So as I was saying here earlier, if you go ahead to just delete this column B because your column C is now good to go, let's delete it. It's going to give you error because that column C was dependent on column B. So let me undo that, Control Z. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this column C, stand on its own. So to do that, you right click, you copy, and you paste. This paste, look at it. Don't just click the first paste. The second paste has 1, 2, 3, which is value. So you paste value. So when you paste value now, when you click on any cell here, you can see we don't have trim proper again. We now have the name of the person. That means this column is standing on its own, like it's not dependent on any formula. So after that, you can now go ahead to delete your column B and you no longer have errors. Are we good to go? Can we include the proper function from the beginning before dragging? Sorry, dragging from where? Can we include the proper function from the beginning? Is it before aligning? Godwin, please, can you? Godwin, I don't really understand your question. So are we good on the trim and proper function? So if we're good on it, we just go ahead and continue. So now we've aligned our data sets, we've removed duplicates, we've done trim and proper. Like I said, whatever you do on sheet one, you have to, if you have 4 sheets, like all these tabs here are called sheets. All these tabs, the tabs below are called sheets. So I just renamed them. But on a norm, they are called sheets. Like when I click on the plus sign right now, so when I click on the plus sign, as you can see, they are called sheets. So the tabs below, in case maybe I was confusing anybody saying on the sheet. So the tabs below are called sheets, just to clarify that. Hi, Yusuf. Thank you. um, so the next thing we're going to do is find and replace. So on the find and replace, Isaac, you said you are lost. Why are you lost, Isaac? My screen display is blank again. Please, if you can see my screen, let me know. Isaac, why are you lost? Isaac, why are we lost? Please, if you can see my screen, just say yes, please. If you can see my screen, just say yes. Thank you. Chin Chin Pepe. Your name is so funny. Thank you, Chin Chin Pepe. Pepe Chin Chin. Okay, Isaac, you can go back to the recording when you start using the trim only, then you went back to include proper. So my question is, why not include the proper from the beginning? So why I did that was for you to see the difference between the proper and the trim. Sometimes you might not necessarily need the trim and proper. So it's just a way for people to understand. Sometimes you might need only the proper function, or you might need only the trim function. So it's just a way for people to understand the difference. But if I'm doing it on my own, I'm not going to separate it. I'll just go ahead to do it. So are we good now? I wish there would be a recorded video for yes. There's going to be a recorded. Yes. We'll drop the okay, Godwin. So when you go over the recorded video, if you have any question, these 2 weeks you can ask any question when you can. Oh, so that before the next class you'll be okay. Someone said I should go ahead. Yes, ma'am. I'm going ahead now. So the next thing we're going to do is find and replace. So we're going to do find and replace. So because I already know where all these things are, because I said we're going to use 1 hour for 1 hour for data cleaning. So because the analysis part is where we're going to really take time. The analysis part is where we're going to take time. So we're already like I still have like 3 other cleaning to go ahead to do. So let's hurry the pace. Okay. Um so the next we're going to do find and replace. So my find and replace is on the I think customer tab or customer sheets. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. So I want to include filter on these column headers. So to include filter, you go to data and you see filter. So you see this box that can help you filter, or you can go to home and you go to editing side here, then you see a filter there. So the filter function, the filter symbol are in 2 places. Either you go through home or you go through data. So for our find and replace, I'm just trying to rush it now. For Mohammed, I think you're the only one that can't see my screen. Yes. The way recorded link. Yes. So for find and replace, so you just go to. I already know where I want to use my find and replace, but please, you have to go through it sheet by sheet to know where you have to do your find and replace. But because we are rushing and I've already, I set up the data set, so I know where to use these functions. That's why I'm just going straight to them. So before, when you want to do your find and replace, you impute that this filter, these things are called filter. It makes you see what's, instead of you taking your scrolling down, using here to scroll down to the end. So you can just put your filter at the column header to filter what you have below. So for find and replace, you notice that um, we have consumer, which we're supposed to have only consumer. We have corporate, home office. So we only have consumer, corporate, and home office. Others are not aligned, so we need to align them. So this is where we do find and replace, right? So to do this, the first one, so if you want to go to consumer, that means we have to align this consume here. We need to add R so that everything can fall under consumer. So to do that, you need to select them one by one. This is the one I want to work with first, right? So consume and you click OK. So now you have consume. So this is the one you want to work with, consume. So now to do our find and replace, you go to home and you go to find. And when you go to find, you go to replace. So you see find and replace towards the end of the right hand side. After from home, you look towards your right and you see find and select. On find and select, you see replace. So I click on replace. And what is my find? I want it to find consume. So I just normal, you can type it in or you can copy it. I want it to find consume and replace it with consumer. So as you can see, we have that. So I said replace all. So all done, we've made one replacement, which is only one I had here. As you can see, it has included the R here now, right? So I go okay, and I go back um to my filter and I clear filter from segments and I go pick the second thing that was wrong. So my consumer now is fine. Next is this corporate. So I pick corporate or corpora and I click OK. Then I do the same thing. I pick corpora. I want corpora to now be corporate. So here we're using find and replace. So it's this what we're currently doing now is find and replace. So I'm replacing corporate with corporate. So I say replace all. Now it has auto adjust. Please don't go to your data set to manually be typing TE or whatever is missing. What if you have 2,000 record to do this for? So once you do this automatically, imagine 2,000 record. You use the whole day to be doing manual find and replace. So you click OK, then you go back to clear filter. You go back to clear filter and we look for something else. Then now we have home, but we want it to be home office. So it depends on what you want it to be. So I want this to be on the home office. So I pick home, then I click OK. So here I just put home. So here I'm going to type it. Then I'll just put here home office. Office. So home office, I say replace all. So one replacement. Now I have home office here. So next I have this office without E. So I put in office without E. I click OK. So here I have office without E. And I say replace all. So now we are good to go. So let's clear our filter to see. So now we only have consume, corporate, and home office. That is find and replace. So sometimes we might have something like male, F, female without the E, or F. So some cells might be F, some cells might be female, some S, it depends on, there might be so many inconsistency. So your find and replace will just um, help you align the inconsistency. That's the English. English is hard. So that's the English. So you just clear You just clear your filter and your data sets for consumer is good on find and replace. So are we good on that? We're not seeing what you're doing. You're not seeing what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. Please, can you see my screen? Just say yes if you can see my screen. Please say yes if you can see my screen, please. Because I'm viewing myself from my other laptop and I can see myself. Please, if you can see my screen, please say yes. Okay, thank you, Godwin. Thank you, Tosi. Tosi Agbaje. That name sounds very familiar. Like the formula to find and replace. Okay. But we can't see what you're doing. Okay, you know what? Let me reshare my screen again. Let me reshare my entire screen. I think what you're saying, you can't see the find and replace box that I was talking about. Let me share my entire screen. I think that is what it meant. Thank you everyone for liking my video on my live on Facebook. So let me share my entire screen. Because of the chat and the pop-up, I didn't want to do that earlier, but let me share my entire screen so we don't have issues with all the screen issue. So stop screen and present again. Um, can you see my screen now? Okay. Sorry about that. So just because my system is updating and there's many pop-ups, so I didn't want to share the entire screen. So this box here came in from. So let me just close this box. Let me just undo the last one I did so that we'll see what I'm saying. I just want to undo one. So this was the last one I did. So what I was saying is to get that box out, you go to home and you go to home and from home towards the left, sorry, towards the right hand side, you go to find and select. On the find and select, you see replace. So when you click on replace, this dialog box comes up. So on this dialog box, undefined words is what you're trying to correct. So here I have home of like office without the E. And here I have my replace. I want it to replace the correct thing. So I just click on replace all. So when I click on replace all, it says all done. We've made one replacement. So now it has added the E. Then I click OK. Then I go to, so now I have consumer, I have corporate, I have home office. So we are all good on that. So I clear filter from segments. So I don't want it to filter again. So once you click on the drop down, it's you have everything now. So that is on defined and replace. So let's move faster. So next we are going to be talking about missing value. So we've done realignments of the data sets. We've done remove duplicate. We've done trim and proper. We've done find and replace. Next, we are doing missing value. Now, let me just say this: after you remove duplicates, it doesn't matter the way you arrange your data sets. You can do find and replace first. You can do trim and proper second. It doesn't matter. I just like doing that remove duplicate first because in case I have 1,000 data sets and I have 700 duplicates. So removing duplicates will make the data set lighter for me to work with. But any other thing that comes after that is just based on you as the Holy Spirit leads. So so next we are going to be doing missing values. So here I just highlighted. Um, so my missing value here is in my sales sheet. Please, when you're doing all this thing, you need to be checking column by column to check which one you have missing values. Sorry, let me just open my Telegram. So I'm just trying to be fast. We've taken 5 minutes out of the analysis part. So my missing value here is on my discount on sales. Now, if you have missing value on customer ID, no, let me not use customer ID. If you have missing value on a text column, like what okay, like a ship mode now, you can decide. So if there is nothing here and you want to fill it up, you can decide to use unknown or NA, not applicable. But for here, for my discounts, I have numbers. So my discounts are on numbers. So I can now decide to fill in the spaces I have on my discounts. So why the discount? Probably there was no discount gifted for that product. Sometimes some some company do sales on some products and some products don't have sales or discounts or stuff like that. So you have zero here. Sorry, so you have that's why you have spaces here. So to fill in these spaces, that's what we call it missing value. Definitely you're going to be having missing value, even if it's on an ERP system. You're going to have missing value because it's not all the fields that are filled out. So you have so if you're let's say your ERP report is coming from the operation department, there are some fields that they are going to be filling manually, and maybe the person is on night shift and they didn't fill it. So it can be that part you when you're doing your reports, you need to fill them in, maybe unknown or zero or whatever. So if it's a column that is a number column, you can fill it up with zeros. Some people want to fill it up with any, but I like it zeros because when you they, so that they will just align. But if it's a text column, you can fill it up with unknown or not applicable. Not applicable is just NA. So depending on you. So for us to fill up our discounts column, which is where we have our spaces, which is here. So we have spaces here. So wherever you see blanks, it means that there's something there that is missing. So let's pick our blanks. Um, okay, what are we doing? So here we're going to use our replace also. So for you to fill missing values too, we're going to use find and replace. So our find and replace. Remember when we got our find and replace home and find and replace home or find and replace. So it's still here. So I just put in space here. I put in space here because there are no spaces here. Then I say replace with zero. So replace home. So it's telling me that it has replaced 4,801 record. So as you can see now, it's on zero. So I close that. Then I clear filter. So we have zeros here. So now we are done. Sorry about that. So now we replaced there. So that's for find and replace. Let me quickly check for others if we have blanks. So there are no blanks here. Like I said, I've already I've already done most of the columns so that we don't waste too much time on data cleaning. So I'm just trying to show you that there's nothing there. So we don't have any blanks there. So all those records are all good. So you're going to do this for all the columns on your sheets. So you do your find and replace. Like if you scroll down here, there are no blanks. Once you see a blank on your filter, you just know that there's nothing there. The blanks are either at towards the end or first thing on top. So there are no blanks. So if you can see, there are no blanks. So let's move quickly. So next is delimiter. Delimiter is what is separated, what two words are separated by. Like this dash now is a delimiter, CG12520. This dash in between this alphabet and this number, this dash here, I don't know the English word for it. This dash here is the delimiter. But what's the separate a delimiter? So you need to look at what do we need? What words are together we need to that we need to separate? Like this is a customer ID. We don't have to separate this customer ID because this is a customer ID. Just like saying UD001. Like if that's my employee ID. So I can't separate UD from 001 because UD001 makes up UD, right? So we can't actually separate that. Thank you. I feel. English is hard. English is hard. So that is iPhone. Then so what we're going to separate here, which I noted on the sales sheet. So you're going to look through all your sheets to see if there's anyone you need to separate. So like this location ID. So we need to separate the postcode and the city. So the numbers are the postcode and the names are the city. Like I have a postcode and I have a city name. So if they're like the same thing, but just for identification, just identification. So for us to separate the delimiter, like this name, the number and the sex is separated with a comma. So we need to separate both of them together using the comma. So that's what we call delimiter, separating two words together. Sorry, separating two words apart. But because this sales sheet is our major sheet, we're not going to add a column in between G and H to do that. So let me just point it out here. When you have a sheet, for instance, like your major sheet, please don't add column in between your data. Because if you're a data analyst attached to a company and there's a report you normally generate monthly, for instance, and you already have the templates for this report, do you understand? Now they give you order ID, date, and shipments for you to generate the report of it. And when you're doing your report, you now add a column in between order ID and date, and you now work on that. Now, by next month, if they give you the same reports, you have to start afresh. Meanwhile, if you don't add a column in between, whatever they give you next month, you only add to it. I'll make you understand later. I know I'm speaking gibberish right now. So please, for now, you know how we did in the customer sheet that we added column for the trim and function, but this is our main sheet. Our sales sheet is our main sheet. It's the sheet that we're going to be working on for now, right? That is where we're going to be doing our combining data sets together. Please don't add in between columns. Whatever you do, if you don't want if you want a stress-free life, don't add in between the columns. So that is why I am going to be bringing this location ID in front. I'm going to bring in this location ID in front. So I'll just do equal to. On your M column, just put equal to, and you go to G now, where your location ID is. You pick it and you just tap enter. So we are having the same thing that we have in G in M, just because I want to separate it. So now that you have that, now let's add the column header. So you can call this, you can just copy the column header and put it here and make it location ID 2. So now that we have the location ID, we are going to separate this by the delimiter. The delimiter here is the what is separating the two words, and here is the comma. So for us to separate the words, just highlight the column, then you go to I think data. So when you highlight the column, go to data, go to text to column. So you pick your text to column, And on your text to column, we have, okay, just hold on. Let me make it, because it's dependent on that column. So let me just copy and paste value. I hope you still remember how we did that, right? So I've done, so it's no more dependent on the column G. So let me highlight that. And so because why I changed it was because it wasn't saying the numbers. It's giving me a preview right now, but earlier on it was just giving me G2. Like it was just seeing the other columns. That's why I had to remove the formulas in the column. So now you can see the 424, 42420 separated and all that. So then I go next. So our delimiter is separated by comma. So as you can see, once you put the comma, it has separated them in between columns. If let me remove that again. Now they are together, right? Now since they are with comma, I put in comma. So now it has separated the two words, numbers and text. So then I click next. That is how I want it to be. Then I click finish. So once I click finish, so now I have postcode and this. So I didn't let me not confuse you guys. Let me undo that. So let me do it again. So you highlight here. This is column M. You go to data, you go to text to column, and you click next. You pick comma, you go next. So it's telling me that my destination is going to start from M1. If you don't want it to replace what you have here, you can change it to N. That is what I wanted to show you, because some people say, okay, now it has taken the other text. So I want it to, oh, so I want it to start from N, M, sorry, N1. So I want it to start from the front. Then I click finish. So now, as you can see, now I still have my main data, right? That's not gone anywhere. Now I have the postcode and I have the city. I think on the location. So if you see here, so this is the postcode. Um, so I just copied just because I don't want to type. I should have just typed postcode, right? Well, go for easy life. So I just put, see me, grab the copying wall. Just put the postcode. Once you just put the postcode, just put the postcode there. Then on the old, I think these are cities. Then let me just say, I didn't play music for you guys, sorry. So you just copy the city, then you just paste it here. So now you have postcode and city, which is good. So that is for delimiter. Are we good on delimiter? I think I spoke too much on that. So next is your data type. Are we good on delimiter? Just give me a thumbs up, yes. Or yes, 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 yes. Are we good on delimiter? Are we good on delimiter? I mean, I'm not talking to myself. Let me go see the chat. Can't if I'm talking to myself. Okay, wait. Okay. Thank you, Tessie. So we're good on delimiter. That one is super easy. So next we want to do data types. Like I said, some people might start their data types from the beginning or from the end. There's no arrangement in data cleaning. So for data types, your ID must always be in text. I didn't get the separation, please. Which part didn't you get? Okay, if I don't understand what you said. You said I didn't get the separation, please. Then you said no. Is there an old message also? So for the data types, your order ID must always be in text. So your data type, your order ID. So to know your order ID, you just click like this one. It's on general. You can decide to put on text. If format, please, I don't understand. You're saying, hey, So you put it on text. Why you put your other ID on text, even if they have numbers, is because when you're using it for a chart, you don't want it to start calculating, or when you're using it for something, they are unique identifiers. They shouldn't be calculating. So that is why your other ID must always be in text. To change your data type, so you just highlight the column, and you go to numbers. I couldn't do the flash fill with it. Which version of Excel are you using it for, ma? You just highlight the column and you go to this number. You see a lot of things here. So the text is the last thing. So you pick that. Then for the dates, you do the same thing. The dates, we are going to be using short dates. And so since these two are together, to make our job, our work easier. No, we'll work smarter. So anything you can do together, please do. So just change this to short dates, and all these are in text. Ship mode, customer ID, product ID. I think that's all. So we'll put all this in text. Then for this one, for the sales, we can put the sales on currency, because this does give me the away. I beg you, my sales must be in dollars or pounds. Let me see if I can change that. Please let me change that. I beg, ahead. So I want to change my sales to um let's say let's change our sales to dollars. Okay, that's much better. So if you're like me, I don't like the naira sign. Just go to um click on the drop down on the numbers, click on the drop down, then you go to numbers formats. On the numbers format, you go to currency. On the currency, you see symbol. They can pick whichever symbol. It depends on what the data set is talking about. So if you are working with this data set that is about naira, they can leave it. If you're working with a data set that talks about, I was trying to get your attention, please. Okay. After doing the first one, I couldn't do the flash fill with it. Is the flash fill, do you mean in the trim and proper? So then you can pick your currency. If you whatever currency that suits you, then you click OK. If you want naira, well, now you Savijai. Then the quantity is a number. The quantity is just like the count of what was sold for that particular product. Then the discounts might be is the numbers to like percentage discounts. Like I'm sure this one was maybe 45% and all that. Then the profits, it's going to be in currency too. Hey, why is it giving me naira now? For that beg. Okay, no problem. So I want to change my currency to yes, to dollars. So then we've done our data type. So just check through all the data types to see like the date must always be short date. Then the week, this one I can just put it in text because I don't want it to calculate or any form like that. Then you can just check through so that we don't waste time. We're done with data cleaning. So we've done alignment of the data set, we've done remove duplicate, we've done trim and proper, and we've done find and replace, missing value, delimiter, and data types, correcting the data types. So you just check through your column headers to be sure that all your data types sorry, you just check through your columns to be sure that all your data types align. So let's quickly move to our analysis. That is where the bulk of the English is coming from. So before we get into our analysis, I made some explanations here for easy understandable. So so whatever you're getting in my English. Just accept it like that. um, so you're going to be hearing me say things like locking cells, lock column, or lock rows, or all those things. So I just want to quickly explain that. When I say we are locking it to this cell, it means that if you look at your keyboard, you're going to see the FN function, which is, I think, the last row where you have your space bar. You have the FN function and you have your F4 function, which is the first thing on top of your keyboard. Just look at your keyboard. On the first line, you're going to see F1, F2, F3, F4. So you'll be seeing F4. And on the last line, I think after your control, like I'm using HP right now, you're going to see control and function, right? So when I say lock cell or let's lock it, if I didn't specify, if I just say let's lock it, I mean you pressing your Fn down and tapping your F4 once. When I say let's lock it to the row, let's lock it to the row, it means that let me do what let's say this is bag. Uh, this is bag, for instance. So I do equal to, so I pick this. As you can see, this is just C11. I'll just say, let's lock it. I just tap Fn and F. I just press down Fn and tap F for once. So now I have locked it. You get? Now, when I say let's lock it to the row, I tap it again. You know, our rows are in numbers. So whenever you see a dollar sign before something, it means that that thing in front is locked. So right now, 11 is locked. 11 is a row. So that means the row is locked. When I tap it again, C is locked. Our alphabet are columns. So when I say lock to row, lock to column, when I just say lock, lock means that I just tap it once. Please, because I'm going to be using plenty of that English. Let's lock it. You hear me say let's lock it just once. Let's lock that. Or let's lock it to row. You know it's twice. Or if you don't really understand, you can just put the dollar sign. When I say just let's lock it, just put the dollar sign at the back of the alphabet and at the back of the number. When I say lock it to the row, just put the dollar sign, just put the dollar sign at the back of the number. When I say let's lock it to the column, just put the dollar sign at the back of the alphabet. Are we good? Yes, we are. We're running. So next, since we're going to before we do our analysis, we're going to be matching. We're going to be bringing what sales sheet doesn't have. We're going to bring in. Maybe we'll go to customer sheets, and for instance, on this, I think we only have customer ID. Let me see. So we only have customer ID. So we'll be bringing in customer name, and we'll be bringing in segment here. Do you understand? And in the dates sheets, we're going to be bringing week number because we only have dates. So that is why I want to explain XLOOKUP and index match. Please, are we good? I'm going to be explaining XLOOKUP and index match right now. So if you're using Office 365, like I'm doing right now, you can use any of this. But I think any lower Excel, I think you can use XLOOKUP. One of them shall. So that's what I want to explain both. So whichever version of Excel you have, you can either use XLOOKUP or index match. Please, are we good? Yes, good. Frederick, you can't see my screen very well. What's wrong? Please, can you see my screen? Am I talking to myself? I just want everybody to be on board here so that we don't keep going on this. Please, can you see my screen? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Frederick says he can't see my screen. Olawatosi, can you see my screen? Tasi, can you see my screen? Okay. Fumbi said she can see my screen. Is that my Fumbi? Chin Chin Pepper said she can sell ice cream. I love your name. It just sounds so funny. Do you make chin chin? Don't mind me. I just find it funny. Frederick, what don't you understand? Just type it there. Let me know what you do understand. So let's quickly go into the index match. So before I go into it, I did a little stuff here. So what I was trying to explain here was that now we know we all went to nursery school, right? Yes, but we all carry first in class. So in nursery school, they'll give you something like maybe draw a big A to small a, or draw ball to B, or draw C to cats, and all those things. That is how index match is. Okay. So that is how index match is. Index match and XLOOKUP is. So we're just going to be matching this to this to get this. Now let me explain. For index match, is going from back to front. From XLOOKUP is going from front to back. So this is what we're matching. So in XLOOKUP is going to say, is going to start picking table. So this R is our result. This is what we want it to give us, right? So in index match is going to start by, please give me the results. Please give me the results. So I said, please give me the result, which is table. No, please give me a result. When you match this to anything here. So please give me table. Or okay, we don't know what it is, right? So I just say, give me R. I have P. So give me R when you match my P to Q. So it means that wherever my Q is going to generate these results for me. I think I'm speaking Spanish. Let me do the analysis here. So first we want to do index match. So I do equal to, I do index. So this is my index. So the next thing is my return. What do I want it to actually return for me, which is the array? But everybody are saying my screen is clear, Frederick. Can you see me? Send a screenshot to the chat. Let me see what your screen is, how your screen looks like. So this is index. So in my index match, the first thing is your array, what it wants to return. What do I want it to return? I want it to return, in this case, I want it to return, let's say, the sales rep. Do you get? So I pick the sales rep, for instance. I want it to return the sales rep, and I will now lock it. So when I pick that array, I lock it. Remember our locking? So I lock it, I lock that column, then I put enter, I'm sorry, comma, then I type match. Once I type match, it's asking me lookup value. Lookup value is what you have. What do I have? I have the sales rep ID, which is here. This is the sales rep ID. This is the number. Your lookup value is what you have. What I have is the sales rep ID. I pick that and I lock it to the column because all my sales rep ID are on L. So I don't want it to shift to M or K. So I lock that to the L. So when I lock that, locking to column, we have to type how many times? 3 times. So it means that it's going to go from L3, L4, L5, L6. Then I put comma. The next thing Excel tells me is what is my lookup array? That's value I have at hand. Where do I see the bulk of it? Which is in the other table, right? I say it's here, right? So I pick that. Excuse me. Then I lock it. When you pick an array, always lock it so that it doesn't shift to HI or HG or something. Then I pick comma. The next thing Excel says, do I want it less than or exact match? I say I want it exact match. And what is my number for exact match? Is 0, right? So I put in 0 and I close the bracket. Remember, there are 2 brackets. So this is, I close this bracket, is closing this bracket. I need to put another bracket to close this one. Then I tap enter. So let's go check 41712. So Mary Gerard, which is correct. If I drag it down, so this is Jessica Smith, 223099. 23, so Jessica Smith. So next, I want to show you how to do XLOOKUP right now. So for XLOOKUP, for index match, we started from what you want it to return from you, right? So for XLOOKUP, we're going to start from what I have. So equal to XLOOKUP. Please tell me I don't have lookup here. Away. Okay. I think I will have to do it on 365 web so that I can see it. Frederick, I think you send me the screenshot of what you are currently looking at. Let's see. Okay, just 1 minute. Let's quickly do it on web. Let me quickly open my 365 web so that if you have to, I don't know why my 365 is not working there. Sometimes it can be fine sometimes. But do we understand the index match? I'm just signing into my. I'm using Office 365. When I did the practice, it was working, but right now it's not playing balls. I just want to quickly show you. Battery is down. Okay. Just 1 minute. I'm just trying to open Excel. Frederick, send me a screenshot on the group. Send a screenshot on the group, Frederick. I'm not sharing my screen right now, Frederick, because I'm trying to navigate on the web. Okay. So on the web is fine. I don't know why my 365 app is going. So let me share a screen again. It's our screen. Yes, I'll go over both of them again. So I just want to show. So this is my Office 365 web. So I just copied what I had in the other side here. So let me just show you how to do XLOOKUP. So for here, you just go equal to XLOOKUP. So it's there. So this is XLOOKUP. Like I said, for XLOOKUP, you'll be starting with what you have, which is your lookup value. Now they're asking you your lookup value. So you pick, this is your lookup value. This is what you have. So now I'm going to lock it to the column. So it's going to move from F6, F7, F8. So I lock that to the column, which is an alphabet. Then I put comma. Yes. So you have to go back. So the good thing about Excel is that as you're writing your formulas, it will be telling you what next, right? So next is it's telling me lookup array. So lookup array is where can I find these numbers that I have? Where can I find the group, which is on the other table, which is here, right? So I pick my sales ID here on the other table. Then I lock that. You tap it once. Once you put comma, to tell you what next. Return array, what you want it to give you. Please return me column C. I want the names. So I lock that too. Then I put in comma. Now it's asking me if not found. Okay, if this your number, if it's not found on the other side, what do you want me to write? I said I will not say please write unknown. Now, when you are doing formulas on Excel, it doesn't accept text like that. You can't just put your text cannot be naked. You need to put it in an enclosure. So to put in an enclosure, you now put I don't know what this is. Please help me. You shall put that thing in front. You now type unknown. Then you close it. So now I have F. So search me F6 in column B and return C. But if you don't see this in C, give me unknown. Then I put comma. Now see what is asking me. Do you want exact match or next smaller item? No, I want exact match. So I just put in 0 and close the bracket. Then tap enter. So 23018. 23018 gives me Allen Ray. So let's drop that. And you know what? Let me delete. I want to delete something so that it's going to give me that unknown. So 22012. Where's 22012? Here. Let me try and delete it. And let's drop it down and see. So as you can see, because I deleted that number off here, I already told you that if you don't see it, you give me unknown. Do you understand? So let me go over the XLOOKUP and the index match one more time, because that is how we're going to, so that when I go to the table, I'm not going to waste time. So we'll just rush it so that we can move ahead. So I'm just going to go over it one more time. So I can actually do both of them here since they're the same thing. So let's delete this off. So we are starting from index match. For index match, like I said, you start your formula with equal to, and I put in index. So the index is already here. And now it's asking, I don't know why this one, it decided to be on the ground floor. Like, can I erase it up? Okay, I can actually bring it up here. So for the index, it's asking me for array. That is what index array, what I want it to return. So I'm saying, like I said, index match is back to front. XLOOKUP is front to back. So I want it to return me C. Then I lock the C. Then return C when you match. So I put my match function. Return C when you match XLOOKUP what you have. When you match this number, as I'm going down, because I'm going down on F, I lock it to F, which is the column. I tap 3 times and comma. And the lookup array, where do I find this number that I have at hand? I have it, I'm looking for it in B. This is where the group is on B. Then I lock that. When I lock that, I now put comma. Once you put comma, it will tell you what next. Do you want less than or exact match? So your exact match number here is 0. So just put in, yes, I want exact match 0. And I close that. And I close it with double. So return C for me. Give me C. When you match F to array of B, then I tap enter. So that's it. Then for XLOOKUP, I do equal to XLOOKUP. So this is my XLOOKUP. I put it up here so that we can all see. So my XLOOKUP is saying my lookup value. So what do I have at hand? Thank you to see inverted commas. Those things I call inverted English. Oh. Those things are called sorry. So lookup value is what I have. So I pick this, then I lock it to the column. Then I put a comma. Then my lookup array is, where do I have this number? Where is the group? Where am I picking it from? So once you pick an array, please always lock your array. Just tap it once. Fn plus F4 once. You press down your Fn and you tap on your F4. Then I lock that. Then I put in comma. The next thing, return array. What do I want it to return? I want it to return C to me. Since it's an array, I lock it, tap once. Then I put comma, next thing, if not found, unknown. You can decide whatever. You can even leave it blank if you want to. So, but let's just, it's always advisable you put something unknown. I didn't know it. So just so that when you're filtering or when you want to query the department that sent you this document, you can send it back to them and say, okay, this stuff was actually unknown. Please, can you fill them out for me? Okay. Sorry, my chat, I don't know. They said my chat is currently disconnected on the this thing. So if you want to chat me, you can chat me from the group, from the Telegram group. Um, I'm using a third party this thing to do this live. So that's why it's telling my chat has been disconnected. I don't know why. So next, if not found, I put the posting services inverted commas. Okay, we put the inverted commas. We put a no English. Oh no, no, no English. We put unknown. Then after unknown, so you put in the comma. Then I want exact match. One, the exact match is 0. So I just put in 0 and I close that bracket. So we only have one bracket, so we put in one bracket. And I tap enter and I have Allen Ray and 22012 is not visible. So let's put it back and see. So if I copy that 22012 and I put it here, so now you can see it has changed to Daniel Gate automatically. So that is how it is. Are we good? Can we go and complete when you lock? Just when you lock, um, when you lock, what do you do 3 times? Is that what there is? Okay. I'm trying to move the lock sign close to that place so I can see what you're saying. But let me open it from here and see. What do you tap 3 times? So you press down your FN. Your FN button is at um on that open keyboard samples. If you look at your keyboard, your computer keyboard right now, where you have your space bar, you're going to see Control, FN, and a window key. I don't know what kind of laptop you're using, but I'm saying it from I'm using an HP laptop right now. So you're going to see um the FN button on the same line with your space bar. So you press down your that FN button, they call it function button. You press it down, then on your keyboard on the first line, you see F1, F2, F3, F4. So you press down your FN and you tap on your F4. Press down FN, tap on your F4. So where's that English? I think I did that English somewhere here. So this is the English. So you press down FN. So your FN comes first. Press down FN and you just tap on F4. I think that's all. Changing factor, we good. My name is funny. Let me drink water. Let's go drink water. You're welcome. So we are good now. So let's autofill. So if we all understand the index match, so I'm going to be slow on the first one, but to autofill on the other ones, I'm going to be fast. Okay, so we can finish on time. People that have party or one business. Please let me know where you're connecting from. Let me know where you're connecting from. You're connecting from Nigeria, from UK, from where in Nigeria. So let me know. So let's meet ourselves in case we have to connect and all those things. Like now, Tosin is teaching me English, so somebody can teach me something else tomorrow. So let's get right in. So the first sheet that we have here is dates. So sometimes why, let me just explain why I imputed these dates. Or should I explain this way I'm doing the calculation? So this date was, as I was the one that did this date. This didn't come with the original data set. Now, most multinationals, their financial dates are from April to March. Most of them, even in the UK, yeah. So their financial dates are from April to March. So that means they don't follow the. So if your supervisor say or your whoever says pull me data for week one, it doesn't mean that it's week 1 January. So that means you have to manually create the business dates. Do you understand? So you have to say, okay, week one in April first week is week one. April second week is week two, not January week one is week one. So you have to manually create the dates. So when you have we call it some people might call it miscellaneous sheets. The sheets that always appear in every report, the sheet that is needed in every report, so that you can be able to be pulling through. So that's why I created this. So in case we're confused why I'm having week number here, so I'm just imputing it here, so just in case. Do you look? What, Isaac? What do you mean by do you look? So the first thing we want to do is week number. So we'll be going sheet by sheet. So I'm going to be a bit fast. So week number. So it depends on what, since I am on this my Excel that is misbehaving right now, cannot do XLOOKUP. So I'll be using mostly index match. So you can decide to use XLOOKUP or index match. They all work the same way. So I'm going to be using what's the English again? I'm going to be using index match. So I just put index. Well, let me try that up again. Maybe it can work this time. But yeah, it's not coming. So let's do let's do index match. So index, you have to pick your return first. So I want you to give me week number. So I pick my week number, I lock that. Then I put give me week number when I match. So I use March. And for you to understand exam formulas, you need to know how to read them. Like now I'm saying, give me week number, which is B, when you match what I have. So give me week number when you match what do I have. This is my major table. I have dates. So I'm using other dates. And these dates now, I want it to be going down. So I lock it to B, which is the column. So I'm tapping to the column, you tap it twice. And I put comma. Where do I have this array? It's in the dates. Then I go here. Then I lock that to that column, then comma. So it's going to say exact match. I say yes. Then close the bracket twice. Then tap. Uh, Please, ma, are you tapping with the F4 together at the same time? No, you need to press down the F function, not tapping both of them at the same time. You need to press one down, press the FN down. Now, okay. I think some laptops don't do FN and F4, it's just F4. So I don't know what is applicable to your laptop. Like mine, I have to press down the FN and tap on the F4. So your laptop might just be FN, F4. F4 is the goal. F4 is the goal. So your own might just be F4. So if FN plus F4 is not working for you, just try just F4 and see if it works for you. So once I'm done with the week number, I double tap on that, then we are good. So are we good on this? I want to just fill up the data sets. I just want to fill up the sheets. Are we good on this? So I can just fast forward this part. If we are good, say hi. Let me go to my chat here. Are we good? Is morale low? Because if morale is low. Prof, Alpha, Favor. Are we good? Isaac, Tosin, are we good? Should I fast forward to fill up a data set? Is morale low? Morale is low. Ah, says don't give up. Oh. Please don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up, please. You can go over to the maybe by tomorrow when you are more relaxed. No, you can go over to the video again. If you have any issue, you can just let me know. I'm all here. Chinchin Pepe, how far? Is morale low? Favor is not complicated. Where were you confused? It's not complicated. It's not. See me that is let me just tell you guys, me that is doing all these things. It's a gradual process. So let me know where you're stuck. Because just you just need to practice the whole index match thing is a lot. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. Please, when you go, please try and go over the video. Maybe Monday, Tuesday. Probably maybe in between the group. We can just do quickly 30 minutes call in between the week. Maybe if you want me to go through that index match again, we can just do like a 30 minutes call quickly. We can use Zoom. Zoom is like we have 40 minutes there. So because if you're a data analyst, there's so many job opportunities. You can, if you have a strong background in Excel, you can be a finance analyst, sales, and like I was saying, you can work anywhere. Even if it's your personal business, it will also help you. At least the foundation is good. Then you can now you get know how to divert. So probably in between the week, if we have so many people that are on index match, we can go over it again. 10. Is this Obi? Obi, is that you? This area at the end looks like Obi. Obi, is that you? Anyway, let's continue quickly so that some people, maybe later in the evening when you're more relaxed and settled, you can go over it again. It's not confusing. If I can do it, you can do it. If um so it's not confusing at all, at all. Isaac is not. Yes. Democracy consistency is key. Yes. So just relax. It's not if it looks scary, because maybe if you're a beginner, it might look scary right now. But I can assure you that if you get the hang of it, uh, you will carry shoulder up. So we're just here to help you. We're just here to assist you. You are confused in between. Just try and make sure that you relate, on the group during the week, and we'll see how to put you through. Okay. So let's quickly finish. Thank you, B. So um I think I need to am I sharing the whole screen? Okay, I'm sharing the whole screen. So let me just rush and fill the the sales sheets with what is missing. So for this one, I don't have the okay, Ali is on Telegram. Okay. So for the date for this one, I don't have name and segment. I only have the customer ID. So I'm just going to, because I don't like stress, let me just copy the heading instead of typing so that I can be faster. But already tired. Sorry. So so we have the customer name. So this is where we want our output to be. So just put equal to there. So we're trying to bring in our customer name. So I'm using index here on the array of index. What am I returning? I'm returning column B. I lock that. So I'm just trying to be fast so that we can go over to the next segment instead of just staying here for long. Um, return B when you match. Some system is returning B when I match. So what am I matching? I'm matching customer ID. Yes. So my customer ID is here. I lock that to the column. Then I put comma. Then what next? My array. So my this is my array. I pick that. And next is match type. I pick 0. Now I have two brackets open, so I'm going to close it with two brackets. I tap enter. That is clear. So instead of me typing this formula again, since they're on the same sheet, so I just copy here and paste here. So, but for here, my return was column B, right? My return was column B. So I'm going to change B to C just because I want to do it fast. So my return here will just be, because it's the same thing I'm matching with. Please, if you are not on the support group, you can join so that in case we need to support you during the week, we can. So we're through with that. We're through bringing in our customer sheet. Next, we move to our sales sheet. On the sales sheet, we have the what do we have on the main table? We have just sales ID. So our sales ID is going to be what we have, our unique identifier. So let me just copy the heading because I know they like stress. So I'll just paste the heading. You can decide to type it in. Mustafa, why are you saying no? What is it? You're not getting it. Can you type on the Telegram group, or if you can't type here? Because I feel the chat in the live stream is lagging. I've not even checked my Facebook. Hey, Father Lord Christ Jesus, Abasim book. Sorry, I'm just trying to check if I have any chats on Facebook. Okay, just hi hi. Just direct message on hi hi. So if please like or whatever, please like my YouTube or Facebook so that in case more people need to join us next week, hopefully. What's wrong with this one? Okay. So this is our sales rep, sales team managers that we have to bring in. So we'll just bring in one and just copy for the rest, just like how we did the customer and the segments. So let's just be fast about it. So index, sorry, equal to index array. So index, the array for the index is what I am returning. So we're on sales rep, index, then March. So much what I have. What do I have? What am I using to bring the rep in? I'm using sales ID. So I look for my sales ID, sales rep ID. I pick that. Then I lock it to the column. Then I put comma. Then my lookup array is here. So I go back to the sales rep column sheet. I pick this. Then I lock it and comma, the next one is exact match. So because I didn't close it with two brackets, that's why it's bringing this brown. So it's wants to correct it for me. I say yes, please do. So this first one is NA, not applicable. Why is it giving not applicable? Let's confirm that. So sales rep 22001. Do we have not applicable here? 22001 supposed to give us organic. So why is it giving us so let me just redo that quickly. Equals index. What do I want it to return? Please return me B. Then I lock B. I put in comma. Then match. Return B when you match. Um, when you match my what I have, my ID. I lock my ID to the column. Then I put comma. Then my lookup array. Go back to sales rep. Then comma. Give exact match 0. Close it with two brackets. So now it will give me organic. Then I just double click it down. Nobody's chatting again. Everybody are quiet. So the reason why I'm copying the formulas over is because sales rep, sales team, the manager, they're on the same sheet. And I'm using the same thing to pull them in. So I'm using the same customer ID to pull them in. So there's no need for me to start typing the formulas again. I'm only going to edit what I want it to return for me. So for the first one, I say it should return me B. The next one, I'm going to say, please return me C. You can do this in batches, but because it's already confusing, so I don't want to confuse you guys more. So let me do it one by one. So C, so bring me C. So for this one, I copy the same thing and bring me D. Column D, we'll just confirm them before we autofill. So let's confirm now. So sales team is in C and sales manager is in D. So we are good. So let's bring them down. So autofill. So it can autofill, just highlight both of them, then double click here down. So it autofills for you. So we are through with the sales rep. Location. So what are we bringing in the location? Now we have city, postcode. So we are bringing region into our sales sheet. So let's just copy that. Region, copy your header. You don't want to type like me. Region, same thing, index match. So index, forget about this, all this plenty grammar in the index. Index, return me. I want you to give me region. So return me region when you match, return region when you match. What are we using now? Let's use postcode. I have postcode to pull my region in. So return region when you match this. So I lock that to column. Like I said, you can just put the dollar sign at the back of the N if you want to. I lock that to column when you match N2 to what's our array right now? Our array is this is our array. I know it's confusing, but please take your time and go over the video. If you have any question, please let me know. Or what I can do when I'm through with this class, this bulk, this sales sheet that we just combined, I'm going to send it to you guys. Then you can see what I did there. I think that would be better. So once we're through with this class, I will save this what I've done and also put the link maybe by evening time, maybe around 5 or thereabout, so that as you're doing your own, you can always go back to check what I did. Go back to check the formula or something. Was to check the formula, just click inside, you see what was done there. I think that's better. So that even though you want to bypass what I've done, you can always work with the main sheets, with the complete sheets. Then you can from here, You can just say, okay, I don't want to learn index match date. It's already done. Then you bypass this and go over to doing the sum ifs and stuff like that. I think that's better. Then for the product ID, okay, most of them good. Look up. Okay, for the product ID, I think I only have the product ID, so I need to bring in category, subcategory, and product name. So let's quickly do that. Even me as I'm talking, I'm tired. Oh, it's analysis 101. So I copied that. I paste it. So this is what we're bringing in from the product tab, from the product sheet. So bringing in categories. So what do we have to pull in all these things? The product ID. So I put in equal to index match, index. Then I bring in what do I want to return? First of all, let's bring in the category. So my category is small. Okay. So I pick the category column, I lock it by tapping once, then I match. Match is what do I have? What do I have? I have my product ID to bring you in. So I pick the product ID, I tap once, okay, I lock it to the column, then I put comma, then what is the array? The array is where you have all the bulk of the stuff. Then this is my array 0. Since I didn't put the brackets twice, so this is for the furniture. So let's just quickly copy the formulas over. So here I'm bringing in B. So I'll change this to C. We work smarter. Sharp, sharp. There's no need to be typing the formulas all over again. So as you can see, we copy this and we put it here. And we do D here. So once you're done, so you can now drag the 3 columns down together. Just highlight them and double click down. So this is our full data set. Are we good? Mora don't know. So this is our data set. Now we want to start our analysis. We have like barely, we have 45 minutes more. So are we good? Can I forge ahead? Can I go ahead? Let me check. Can we go ahead? Test Alpha, can we go ahead? Okay, Agbaje said yes. The name sounds very familiar, like one of my classmates back then. So let's go ahead. So next we are going to be looking this part now is where we're going to be looking at sum ifs function and all that. Thank you, Ali. So this part is where we're going to be looking at sum ifs function. So let me just open that up. Let me save it before. I've not seen any pop-up since, but I don't trust the system. Let me just save this. Anyways, 365, so you auto saves. So I just want to show you what we were doing next. I hope this is the one. This is mine. I'm going to put it on manual so that it doesn't waste our time. So this is what we are going to be doing next. So you just need to listen and see. This part should be more interesting than the previous part we're coming from. So here we're going to be using sum if function. You can also use if function and all that. This is the way I present my reports on most of the time. So just listen attentively and we're good. So we just have 45 minutes. So let's see how we can squeeze this in within the time. So where do we start from? So here I have, so I'm going to minimize this. So I wrote in some questions that we can answer. We're answering today. So here I said, what is the weekly sales for each region in 2017? So now we have 2017. Remember that we didn't pull out our year. So because of the question, now we need to pull out the year from this, right? So you just go to the front, you go to your next available, go to the next available column, which is our column Z, and bring out your year because according to the question, you want to see the sales in the regions in 2017. Thank you, Isaac. So, so yeah, I'll just put the year. So we're trying to pull out the year right now. So let me just format this. So to pull out the year, just put equals text. So my year, the value is, I go to where I want to pull out the year, which is this one. Then I put comma. Text format is supposed to be Y. Like I said, if you want to write text in your formula, you have to enclose it. So I put Y, 4Y, so that to give us the 4 digits in the year. Then I close that, then I close my bracket, type enter. So as you can see now I have 20. It has pulled out the year in that date, right? Because according to our question, they don't need 2016, 2015. They only want 2017, assuming 2017 is the current year. So I think, what is the quick weekly sales for each region in 2017? So you create a new sheet down here and call it analysis or whatever you want to call it. But for this purpose, let's call it analysis. And the next thing you want to do is region. Please, whatever you do here, please don't manually type because you'll be doing comparison. If you manually type it and when you're doing comparison to start giving you errors. So here I'm just going to lift my region. I'll just lift it, I'll just copy it out and go to the sheet I just created, analysis. Then I'm going to paste it. Please, we are pasting value. Paste value. Don't just click paste. Paste value. And the paste that has 1, 2, 3 under, you have the first paste, the second paste, paste value. If you paste the other one, let me show you. Okay, this one actually works. Okay. Just paste value in case it's coming in with formulas at the back so that it doesn't give error. So once you paste value, you highlight it. We have so many west, we have so many south, we have so many centrals. We just want west, south, central. Just want them each. So here, if you're using Office 365, you can use the unique function. Let me see if I can use unique function here. Unique. Okay. That means I didn't open this on Office 365, unfortunately. So if you're using Office 365, you can use unique. Oh, Greg, I'm so sorry. I'm just seeing your chat now. You can use the unique function, or if you don't have, like now, that's let me just quickly show you the unique function on the 365 web quickly. So where do I put it now? Let me put it here. This part, we're learning formulas. Please pay attentively. So if you are using Office 365, you can use unique function. Unique function and duplicate, they also do the same thing. So you just put unique. So you can see it's here, unique. You just pick unique. And what is my unique? I want the unique of this column. Then I tap enter. So as you can see, it has given me unique of this column. So I even have NAs. So you can replace your NAs with unknown if you want. But people like us that our Office 365 is not working. So we're going to use remove duplicates. So it's just the way of Microsoft eating our money. Unique function and the remove duplicates, they do the same thing. So, except if you want to use it in a more complicated way, if bulk of, but if it's just one thing that you are trying to access, you can just use remove duplicates straight up. So you go to data, you go to where's the remove duplicates again? You go to remove duplicates, yes, column C. So none. So I've removed duplicates here. You can see you're seeing NA here. So you go back to your sheets, you put in your filter. Where you're seeing NA here, you can replace it with unknown. Because while you're getting NA on region, might be that that product that they took out or that sales that was made wasn't actually a real sales. It might be a promotional thing. It might be something that was given for free. So it wasn't recorded under any region. It was an in-house thing. Maybe it's a pop stuff. So you can just put unknown instead of NA. Or should we leave it as N? Okay, let's just leave it as NA so that we don't get more confused. But you can do find and replace. You can do autofill. Going to your find and replace and replacing this NA with something else. But I feel I want to change mine. Let me just change mine quickly. So for this NA, so I go, let's, should I leave it? Should I leave it? Should I leave it? I don't want to get you guys more confused because I want to use if error on this formula, but let me leave it so I don't get you guys more confused. So let's just work with this. Where were we? So we have NA here. So I'm going to bring this down. That is too high for me. So I cut that. I paste it here. So what I'm trying to do, I just want to, this is what we're trying to achieve at the end of the day. We're trying to achieve this table here. So I bring this here, or you can still cut that and paste it here. So the next thing we've got in our region, they say weekly. That means that's the week 1 to week 52 in year 2017. So now we need to bring our week into the equation. So go back to sales. So where do we have unique week? You can go to dates and just copy out the week. Um, so you can paste it anywhere. Then when you're done, you can arrange them. So we have like, let me see if I can sort this. Sorting. I don't know why Office 365 is not coming up. So I want to sort this. So let's sort from adversaries. Sorry, I don't know what I wanted to do. Let's sort this. Maybe in week 9. Let me add filter. Um, so I don't know why it's bringing week 0. So let me remove that. Week 1 to 9. I want it to rearrange, but let's see. Doesn't want to. Okay, I have duplicates. Oh, that's true. So let me try and remove the duplicates. So I remove the duplicates now. It's still not arranged there. I want it. So let me just um quickly copy them out. So I have one. Just the first numbers are not adding. Brum, brum, brum. Can I track this down? Let me see. Oh, okay. What's wrong with this one? So that's four. As you can see, I'm not typing because I don't want any issue when I want to do in text match and it can't match it. So whatever the system is doing right now, I don't understand. So that's why I'm copying it out. So I'll fix it. So this is 10 to um with 10, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, then 40 to 49, then 50. So why you're seeing week 53 here is because sometimes the year can end in on Tuesday. So the new year will begin on Wednesday, 1st of January. So sometimes you might have spillover with 53, but nothing most of the time nothing is recorded. So it will be recorded as week one for the new month. So let's see. So now we have all our week. So we can delete, and I still need this week header. So let me just cut it and put it on side. So we have our week now. Let me just delete this off. This is not dependent. So delete. So once you deleted, want to transpose it. Transpose it means we have to put them on. They have to be on a row. So they have to be like this on a row instead of on one column. And I'm trying to. I know it's a bit confusing, but I'm just trying to rush it so that people that have have shadows. So this one transpose like this. What's wrong with this one? Why can't you transpose? So copy. I don't know why I say you cannot transpose it. Please transpose. I don't have time. So now it has transposed. So we can delete this one off. Then I want to bring this line down to here. So what I did there was I tap on the first thing, shift control right arrow, shift control right arrow, then copy, then I pasted it down. So this is week number. I put it on top in case anybody does not know that is week number. So the next thing we're doing now is so let's go ahead to do our question. So our question is, what is the weekly sales for each region in 2017? What is the weekly sales for each region in 2017? So that means we're going to sum the sales, but it's going to come with a condition. We're only going to sum it to 2017, and we're going to sum it for each region. So it's a conditional summing, which requires some ifs. So it means that when we come to sales column, when we come to sales column, we're going to, it's not everything we're going to sum. So it's going to be based on condition. Like now, we're going to sum it based on, where's the region there? We're going to sum sales in West, all the West together. West, West, region of West, then year of 2017. So that is where our sum ifs come in. Ifs means that is the conditional stuff, ifs. So some ifs. So let's go back in, and some are some ifs. So to let me increase the font so that we can also. So to use our sum ifs, do equal to sum ifs. So you have your sum ifs now. So sum range is where you want to sum. So what are we summing? We're summing our sales. So you go to the sales sheet and you pick your sales column. So this is the sales column. You lock your sales column. This is where I want to sum. So sum range. See there, sum range. Now, when you put comma, what's the next thing? Criteria. Now, what are your conditions? Where do you want this thing to sum? So my criteria range, where is this group of thing you want it to sum? So the group, I want first 2017, next region, right? So let's pick 2017. So the group now, the range, the criteria range is where this 2017 can be found, which is here, right? So this is here. So you lock your year, always lock your group. Comma, when you put comma, Excel always tells you what to do. So we've done some range, see some range here. Criteria range, we've done criteria range. The next thing we're doing is criteria. So this criteria range was on year 2017. Our criteria now is 2017. Remember that we did not write the 2017 anywhere. Let's go back to analysis. So we didn't write 2017 anywhere for us to know that we're picking 2017. So here we'll manually type 2017 in. So since it's a number, we're not locking it. So just put 2017 in there. Then you put comma. The next thing we're going to do is the second is asking you, okay, what other criteria do you have? If you don't have any other criteria, you can just close the bracket and type enter here. So what other criteria do we have? Which we've not done for the region, we've not done for week. So we need to pick week and region. But first we need to go to the sales sheet to pick our range because that is where we're getting all the information from. So go back. What are we doing next? Let's do for region. So for every range has a criteria from every range. So we'll go to region, the bulk of region. We still have to come back and do the criteria, what you have. So we go back to the sales sheets. We do we're doing region right now. Excuse me. So go back to the sales sheets. We pick region and you close that, you lock that. Then now you've picked the bulk of the region. Do you get? Now you go back and select just that region, the criteria. So go back to the analysis and this is the region, south. So you pick it. So this south now, we don't want to do south, west, central, east. So they are all on B. So we lock that to B. We lock it to the column, which is B. We type it twice, see it there. So why is showing analysis before the B is because we're on analysis sheets. Do you get? We're on so it's saying on sheet analysis, I picked B9. Then I put enter. Do we have another criteria? Yes, we do. Week, we've not done week. So let's go back to pick the week. So go back to sales and we look for the week column. So this is the week column. We select it. We lock that and we go and pick the criteria. The criteria is what? The week now. The week. We're going this way. We're going this way. So we're locking it to the row now. We're not going this way. We're going this way now. Our week 1 to week 2 are this way. So we're locking it to the week. So we lock that to the row. So we tap that twice. That's D8. So on analysis sheet, I pick D8. I lock 8 because it's going to move from D8, E8, F8, G8, and all that. So do we have any other criteria? No, we're done. We close the brackets. Giving us 0. Okay, now. Let's see. Giving us 0 again. Okay. So let's go and check if we're correct. Okay, wait. So in 2017, you can filter out. Oh, think I know what happened. So because my column here are just 20. I'm just waiting for it to finish calculating. Please don't be confused, though. Please don't. If you know Excel formulas very well, your Power BI DAX will be just you just be flying. Like I said, I'm here to break everything down for you. If we still need one section in between the week, I'm game just to explain one part and everything. So I just want everybody to on board because data analysis rate. So let's check. Let's check. Let me check whether that is done. So as you can see now, because you can see the 2017 coming up now, because I'm manually. So if you are working with the large data, you can manually turn off your calculation. You don't want the system to calculate until you are done. So what you do is go to formula and you go to calculation option. I don't want it to I want it to manually. As I'm typing my formulas, don't calculate for me until I'm done. Because as you can see, it wasted like 2 minutes to calculate that part. So imagine if I was doing for each sheet. So that is because I didn't do. And when you do manual, you have to manually now go and say calculate sheet. It will not calculate that sheet. Now let's go back to our analysis. So now we have figures in there. So let's confirm if these figures are actually correct before we move forward. So we go to sales, then we're working with 2017. So we're working with 2017. You pick 2017. Then what else? We are currently doing for which region right now? We're currently doing for South. So we go back and pick just South. This is not confusing. Like the other page just said someone is saying that this is confusing. No, it's not confusing at all. So we go South, we click OK. So what else did we do? Week okay, let's check for week one. We're currently doing week one. Okay, so this is week one, South 2017. So let's check the sales and confirm. So if you look down, sum 776.76. So let's go back to analysis 776.76. So that means our calculation is right. We are good to go. So if you check the okay, let's check for the second one, week two, same South. So we go to week two. We change week one. Come on now. So we change week one to week two. So about week two, we have 175.09. Because for the analysis, give us a so where do we have? So we have South week two. Okay, let's check that again. Okay. 204.75. 204.75. So our calculation is correct. So once your calculation is correct, You just highlight, take it down. There's no need to do your calculations. That's why I said data analysis is sweet. Highlight, take it down, then double click down. Okay, sorry, boss. I know what is happening. Let me also calculate this one, calculate sheets. So that was calculated. Let me just uh, double click, not double clicking, calculate sheets. So as you can see, once in data, you just need to know the formulas. Once you do a formula for one cell, automatically aligns the other cell. Let's confirm. Okay, I didn't do for not applicable. Let's do for not applicable. Like I said, most times you're with three that comes up, nothing is there because it has been recorded in the new year. So nothing is there. Just like the system will pick it because it's part of the week. So let's confirm any of these numbers. So let's go to week three. Central week 3, 2017. So we are still on 2017. Then we go to, so I'm doing this, I'm enjoying it. So let's leave it on week 2, but let's pick another region. Central. Let's pick another region, Central. So Central week 2, 2017 was the sales 5739. 5739. Central, yeah, with 25739. So we are correct. Our analysis is correct. So our analysis is correct. Now let's format this now. Let's format this. I'm going to give the other question as an assignment. Before I did an assignment here, but because of the way things are, so I'm going to leave the other two questions as an assignment, but I'll show you what to do. Then you complete it yourself. You're going to do the summit yourself. So I'll start the table, then you just complete it yourself. I will send these data sets across the link once I build the link up in the group. So now, what are we doing next? So let's format this. So now I like putting my total here in front of the week. Total. Because what if you are on just week 9 and you put total here, and next week you want to do week 10, so that means you keep shifting the total. No, put the total in front so that whatever comes in to keep totaling. Meanwhile, your week will be going this way, your total will be on just one line. So you put your total. Your total is just sum of that line. Sum, they just highlight the line. Then you just drag it down. Because as you can see, it didn't calculate anything. They're all the same number. So you have to go to calculate sheets so that it will calculate the sheet for you, as you can see. So some people here might use the if error when you have issues, but I'll leave that one. I don't want to confuse you guys more. But if you want to put your if error, if since we're doing sum, we might not necessarily get an error. But when you're doing division, you don't want your you don't want to submit the report and they start seeing div, all those div zero in calculations. Then you can use your if error. You just put it at the back of your sum. I'll just only on this will see your if error there. So you're saying if there is an error with this calculation, maybe div, you can't divide or anything, then what do you want it to put? Put unknown, or you can put NA, or you can put 0. So let's put NA. So normally my div error, I use NA. So since the text, I enclose it. Sorry, in my if error, not div error. In my if error. So it means that if there is an error with this calculation, maybe I'm doing a division or some multiplication that cannot go through. Instead of Excel giving me any error message or any error English. So I'm going to have NA so that I don't have different error languages on your table. So if somebody sees NA, they will know that okay, there was something. So you have how like you your NA is going to be standard. It's going to make your work neat. So let's format this. Now we are through with our calculation, but you cannot send the sheets like this. Just like you cooking a nice meal now and you dish it in a dirty plate, it will not be appealing. So we need to format this sheet so that it's going to be appealing like this, like this. So that it's going to be appealing. Then you need to put a title. So let's format this sheet. What do we do? So we're going to make this. So I'm just highlighting everything here. And only make mine 10, and depends on your text format. But because of the class, I don't want to make it smaller than this so that we can all see. Then you decide what you want your color here to be. So I'm just going to be picking colors from here. Let me see if I can pick colors from here. Let me steal this color and see if it's going to come here. Yay! So if you want to do this color, you can just go to fill. So you go to fill and pick any color. Please don't pick shouting color. Something, just pick something like on this line too that is not so bogus. Don't pick something too deep, please. Just pick something that is friendly and you know, green is natural. So I just love using green. So to fill all these ones, just do it for one. Then for the others, click on that cell, go to format painter up here, click on it. Then from this week 2 to week 53, until you get there, don't leave your mouse. Until you get there, don't leave your mouse. Click on it. You can see we're working smarter. We're not doing one by one. Then for your total, I like using a different color for total. I like using blue. Most of the time, my total are always on blue. So you pick that. So since I already have the color, there's no need to do it again. So I pick that. Nobody's talking again. Then for the region, I pick the color in the region. Then I also go back. So what again did I do? Then for the colors here, I did the same thing. I just pick the color, then I go back, then I drag it down. Sorry, I take the color, I put it down. uh, okay, this is still part of it. Then you have to put total here also, so that this is the total for south, but the total here is the total for week. Some start with equal to some, then you pick the total, then you drag it down. So it's going to sum everything on the line for you. Then remember that we are not on calculation, it's not calculated. So calculate sheet, calculated sheet. So let's try. Like I said, I'm going to send this and it is not hard at all. This is how I send reports. This sheet I'm doing right now is exactly how I send my reports. So please practice it as so many times as possible as you can. I am just using some ifs. I didn't do if statements. I didn't do count ifs. I just made it some ifs. So this is the easiest they can go. So please just practice. I'm here to help. Okay. I'm just going to, you know how to pick the paints right now. So you just pick your colors. There's no any color that you want, just go there and pick. So it doesn't only work for paints, it doesn't only work for the colors, it also work for the text. So whatever text that is there is what is going to be duplicated here. So for this week number, it looks so bogus and ugly. So you can decide to. So now we have this. So let's just get this heading. Um, I think later, maybe next month, I'm going to do a proper YouTube video on this, which will not be a class name. So anyone, um, so that will be better. I think I'm going to let me merge this. Merge and center. It's already on merge. So let's merge that. I'm merging it because I don't want to squeeze it. If I squeeze it in, they're not going to see it. And I already have some. So if I squeeze it in, it's going to affect the numbers down. So that's why I'm merging it to get more spaces. So if you write something up here and it's not coming up like you want, you can merge cells together. So you can decide to format your text however you want it. Then you need to remove all these grid lines. Um, remove grid lines. Then add your own grid lines. Excel grid lines are always ugly. So add your own grid lines. So add your own grid lines, select your data, then go to home, go to this grid line, this border here, go to more borders, click here, click the color that you want. I like it light. Then I want it outline and inside. So yeah, we're just trying to make our table appealing as possible. Nobody did answer me again. Everybody don't take off. So this is what we have. Should we stop here? Should we stop here? Then I can do a video on the other one, on how to finish the other one and drop it maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. Should we stop here? Let's see. Are we tired? Should we stop here? Let me see if I even have people online again. Okay, we're 2017. Should we stop here? Chin chin pepper. Should we stop here? I think we should stop here. So see. So since I should complete it. I'm game we should complete what I do on a normal day. So it will we'll have to rewatch. Yes. So let me just quickly complete it. So let's quickly complete it. So this is for the region sales. So next, let's bring in, before I even answer let me see, what's the other question? So the next one is what is weekly sales for each product? So if I even do the weekly sales for each product, wait, please give me 1 minute. Sorry. I had to quickly rush and check something. I'm waiting to see the graph. Okay. Okay, let me quickly do the graph part. Or no, let's just continue. So I'll keep you here to the graph time. So the next question is what is the weekly sales for each product? So what is still the same thing. So this one is we have to bring in the product and This was just product sales, not weekly sales for 2017. So this region did, so you're just trying to tell a story. This region did this total number of sales, but let's also know the product that also did well. You understand? Which is what we have here. So we're going to bring in the product and the weekly sales. Let's go. So to bring in the products, you can decide to work with. So because I have so many filter here, instead of you going one by one to clear the filters, you just go to, where's that filter set? You just go to data and see clear. So to clear all the filters you've done, then so for the products, let's work with the product IDs. So let's take the product ID. Okay, no, let me not pick it from the top. Let me pick it from here. So I am not highlighting the column because if you copy from column, you need to paste to column. So because so if I copy from column now, I need to come to column to paste. But since I want to paste down, so I go to sales, then I just click on product ID. I press down Control Shift my down arrow. So it has selected everything. Then I just copy. Then I go to the analysis sheet. Then I just let me paste it. There's enough distance here. So I paste that. So when I paste that, it's it's big. So if I want to, I can okay. Trying to I want to merge so that it will be easier. So I like that I merge, not merge and center this time around. I think it's merge across. Yes. So I've merged from C to H so that it's because if you don't merge, if you scroll or the next, is covering, it was already covering C to H. Do you get? Meanwhile, your data are just in B. Do you get? So you have to merge so that you can see everything. So we have our products here. So the next thing is to remove duplicates on this product. This is a sales thing. So a product might be sold today, it might be sold tomorrow. We just want a that unique product, how this product has done for 2017 on a weekly basis. So we have to move um duplicates duplicates for this particular product. So to remove duplicates, the same thing, select all. Like I said, if you're using Office 365, you can use the unique function. Select all, go to data, and go to remove duplicates. So remove duplicates on column B. Yes. Okay. So 8,000 what 8,100 plus data was removed. For this one, we've already done the weekly stuff, so there's no need to repeat the English. Just go and copy. There's no need to stress yourself. Just go and copy your. They still want the weekly sales. That's why I said I love data analysis. One report is good, you can just be copying reports across and be editing at it pertains to that report requested. As far as the first report is good to go. So here we stop at H. So our date is going to start at I. So we paste that. So on the products too, you can merge so that we don't get confused. So we can say, okay, this one is focusing on region, this one is focusing on product ID. Let's use the same color format. Just go to Painter, pick it up. This one. The color does not like merging away. Sorry. So you pick that. Now we did a mistake. We didn't put total. So we can shift this and put total here. So I cut that. I'm going to cut that and I paste. so that the total can come in here. So I copy this, I paste this. So why I'm copying across so that the colors can remain the same. It's not as if you have green, blue, purple, black. No, no, no. So when somebody comes from this table, they'll say, okay, this is region six. The focus here was region. Oh, these two have the same color and the same color. The focus here is the product ID. That means this is how the products are doing. Do you understand? So your colors might should be the same thing across board. If you decide to use any color, please just stick with it. Let it tell the story. When somebody sees the color, let's just tell the same story. So now we've done the coloring. Now let's do the sales. Since we're still using the sum ifs, you want to see how the product did, you can still use the same thing. But remember that here we don't you can copy your formulas across if you know how to edit it. But if you don't know, just start from afresh. At least you're just doing for one column, right? So you do equal to um you do equal to, then you do sum. We're doing sum ifs now. Your if, uh, maybe I'm trying to see if I can teach on if statement, filter statement, but let's continue. So on this, or you pick your sum ifs. Anywhere you see ifs, anywhere you see if, doesn't matter, it's condition, it's conditional. So you pick your sum ifs, then you go to sum range. The first thing Excel is telling you that go and pick your sum range. Where do you want it to sum before you start giving me any condition? Pick your sum first. So our sum, we're getting our sum from our sales. Then we lock that. We lock the sales. So we put comma. Next thing, Excel is saying, what's your criteria? Where is this group of things you want to start giving me conditions on? So we're doing product ID and week, right? So we go to product ID. So this is the bulk of the thing I want. I go to my product ID. I lock. Whenever you pick a range, please lock it. So because this is a range, I lock it. Oh, sorry, I might say range, it might be confusing. I can say array. So whenever you pick an array, you lock it. Excuse me. Then you put in comma. So this array that we've picked now is array of product ID. So we need to go and pick the product ID as a criteria. So we go back to analysis sheet. So pick the product ID. These are our criteria now. So since we're going from up to down, that means um we're looking into the column. So we press down Fn and tap F4. Sorry, my hand was tapping on my Windows key. Press down Fn and tap on F4. So that's we've locked to the column now. They put enter. So what's the next criteria? Is the next criteria is our week. So that is criteria range where you have the bulk, or they can say array or something where you have the bulk. So we go back to sales, right? We go back to sales and we pick week. Where is our week now? Where's the week? Come out, wherever you are. Okay, mine is not seeing now. Holy Spirit, help me. So this is our week column. So pick our week column is P column. We pick that, then we lock it, then we put comma. Then next we are going to pick the criteria, which is our week. So go back. So this is our week right now. We pick week. Since week we're going in rows. So we lock it. So we're going to be going from we're staying at 20. So we're going to move in J20, K20, and all that. So we lock it to the row. So it's going to be, you tap it twice, only twice. So your numbers is only your number that is locked. See it there. Then we don't have any other criteria. 2017, yes, yes, yes. Because if you do this, it's going to do the analysis for the whole year. Do you understand? So we're going to pick 2017. So sometimes you can decide to write your 2017 somewhere, but there's no need. This is a number. So we'll pick a criteria for 2017, which is year. So we'll pick a criteria 2017, which is year. Then you manually type the 2017 in there. So so now we are done. We tap enter. It gives us 0. So let me just calculate this since I put it on manual. Calculate sheet. So it's giving 0. So let's bring this down, which is very possible. So it's still giving 0. Let's see. So let's see for this first bookcase, Bush Summit bookcase. Let's confirm. Please always confirm before you go to manipulate your data again. Confirm if you are doing the right thing or the system that is just messing up. So this is this summer bookcase for 2017. And what again? What days did we pick? Sales analysis, B2, J20, date 2017, week 1. Okay, week 1. So go back to check for week 1. Um, so as you can see, there's nothing on week 1. So we're actually correct. It's actually 0. So this product ID only sold in week 36 in 2017. So let's confirm that. Let's drag this formula down to week 36 to see if we get any figure. So let's calculate sheets. Is it week 36 or week 34? Am I saying double? Week 30. Okay, this is 36. So let's confirm the ID. Okay, see, the ID that we pick is dark cherry. Dark cherry. Where is dark cherry? Let's search for this bookcase so that we don't have to keep going up and down. So there are so many bookcases. Um, so Bush Summit collection. You know what? Let's just copy it and search it. I don't like speaking too much English. Put it here. So this is it. Book Summit collection. So we only want 2017. Then, so as you can see, week 34 and week 18. So 34, week 34 was 130, week 18 was 314. So do we have week 18 here? Yes, we have week 18. And week 34, yes, we have week 34. So our formula is correct. So once your formula is correct, you just need to drag everything down. You don't need to start typing again. Once you confirm one or two that are correct, you are good to go. So once that is done, let's quickly do the sum here so that we just drag everything down at once. So sum, we just sum the entire week. So once we're done with the sum, let me delete this one slide to go off. So once you've done for the entire row, you just autofill for the rest. Oh shit, I didn't drag the formulas here. Oh, my bad. Let me just drag it here. I didn't do for the other one. So you just double click here to autofill. Once you're done, everything shows 0 until you do the calculation. So if you turned off your calculation like I did, if you are doing a big data set, you have to be turning it off so that it doesn't take your time. If not so, CPU calculate like 2 times. Imagine waiting 30 minutes for each calculation, and you have to give your report as well. So now it's calculating. So now it has calculated. Let's just confirm one more to see, or we can just use the total. So let's use this one, 102. This is for all the week in 2017. So let's use this one and see whether we are correct. So this one is 102. So let's go to product ID. So with this now, I can do sales analysis or product analysis, analyzing the products, even customer analysis. So because right now you're already analyzing the products. So this is this one. Let's check the year 2017. Correct. Let's check the total 102.54. Let's go to the analysis 102.54. So our calculation is correct. So you just go and so here, okay, what I did not see that you can format the numbers to if you want to, like putting the comma and making it more number looking kind of stuff. So if you want to put the dollar sign and all those things, you can, but there's no need. So I just put the comma. I normally like my numbers to be smaller. Then you can align it to the middle. Depends on how you want to format it. The major thing is that your calculation is correct. So now we are done with question 2. So question 3 says, what is the weekly sales for each customer? So now we've done sales. This is number 1 is like sales analysis. Number 2 is like product analysis. Then number 3 is like customer analysis. So we want to see which customer is doing well, or what customer bought things, or which one that is not buying. Which one do we need to go and rub his head to go and give palm wine to buy from us? So this is what we're going to be doing for the customers right now. So for the customers, same thing. You copy out your. Okay, I need to clear out the filter here. Remember how to clear out filter? Just go to data and go to clear. So no matter how many filters you've done, just go to data clear. It clears all the filters for you. So next we are doing customer analysis. So for the customer analysis, you can decide to do customer ID or name, but it's better you can bring in ID and name, but let's just do ID. If you want to bring in ID and name later, you can. So let me pick this. Like I said, I don't want to pick from the top. You pick it from the column header, Control Shift down, Control C. Control Shift down to pick everything from beginning to the end, then Control C to copy. Then you go to analysis, then you go to the end part of this, then you paste here. After pasting, remove duplicate at once. Yes, customer ID. So 9,000 duplicates were found, they were removed. So now these are this is the unique customer that the system has. So once you're done with it, you can copy the week stuff, the week and the total and week journey. Go to the total and week. Let me take this down. Then if the space is too much, you can, you can delete some rows that you don't need. So let me just, this is on B. I think I'll match B and C together. Let me paste it here. So let me merge these two together. Oh, 214. Wow, we've taken a lot of time. Sorry about that. I normally keep the time. So customer ID. So the focus here is customer. So I go up to pick that same color that we have on the product ID, just to make everything. Hey, what am I doing? So I pick this, then I go down. Then I pick that. So it shows that, the focus point is on customer ID. Then same thing we did. I think that's we only need these two criteria. So let's look at the question again. What is the weekly sales by each customer in 2017? So we don't need any other criteria in there. So with the same thing that we did for products, we do for customers. So we go to week one equal to some ifs, sales, um we're doing sales, right? Hey, everybody quiet. So sales, we are doing sales. So pick sales, that is our sum range. Sales are sum range. Then we pick comma. Where's my okay? See it here. Sum range. Then criteria range. We're doing customer. So we pick customer ID. We pick customer ID. Come on, darling. Where are you? You pick customer ID. Then you lock that and the criteria. So we're gonna pick that ID there, right? Then we come here and we pick the ID. Oh, oh, I didn't match this cell. Okay, sorry, let me cancel it. Let me match this cell. Since I already matched this top one, let me match this cell. Oh, I matched the customer ID B and C, and I didn't match those things under. Let me just merge it. Sorry. So they are merged now. So I just do equal to, let's do that again. Some ifs, sales range, sales range. That's our sales range. Then criteria range. We're dealing with customers. So go to we're using customer ID. Yeah. Then next we are using, since we pick customer ID as a group, so let's go back and pick customer ID here, and we're going down. So we lock it to the column. Then what next? Then what's our next criteria? Week, week. There's a faster way to do this, but not to confuse. Let's just be doing it manually like this. Week number, we pick week number. Then we pick week number. Then what next? We go back to pick our week. So our week, we're going that way. We're going by the row. So we lock it to the row. So we tap just what twice. Then you pick comma 2017. Don't forget, we have 2016, 2015, 2017. So go back to pick our year, 2017, pick the year, we lock the array, then we'll put comma, then we'll just put 2017. Then we close brackets. Are we good? Yes, we are. Okay, so let me run that formula and see if we're good. You don't know. 68, 81, 88, 95. Yes, finish calculating. So this is what we have. So let's confirm the ones that we have right now. So we have, let's pick this customer and go and confirm. So we go to the sales ID to search. So to search, you just put it here. There's a search button there. So I just control V that. So I pick that customer. Then I pick the year. I see you have different years here. So I want is sales for 2017. So where's the week? So you only have sales for week 4, which is correct. And the sales for week 4 is 18.16. So let's go to the analysis week 4, 18.16. So our formula is correct. We're on track. So let's just sum up. Then we can check one more. Sum. Then you pick I think I explained why I'm putting the total before the week. So that if you don't have a full week like this, if you do this analysis monthly, so you can just do sum for the whole week. So if you can just do like sum for the whole week as you are imputing the week as it's coming, it will be automatically summing here. So if you do week 1, week 2, you put total here. That means in week 3, you shift your total, you do total again, shift your total. No, put your total in front. Always put your total in front. So let's okay. I'm going to delete this so that I can be able to do the bulk stuff. So I take this. mm, So I take it to the end. What's this one now? Then out of fill. Then I calculate sheets. We're with 11. Wow. People have run away from 20 something. Give me likes now. You guys have only given me 5 likes. How about at least let's just like whether it's on YouTube or Facebook you're watching. Or if you want me to bring palm wine. Yeah, please like, please like, please like, please like. So let's see whether we're done. So we're done calculating. So since it's still highlighted, let's quickly format these cells. So I normally like putting my normally I like my numbers very tiny, like font 8. So but because of so that you guys can see, I just leave it at font 11, format that, then put it however you want to format your results. It depends on you, how you like it. So it depends on you. You can see here I didn't even format the total. So the total to I normally like highlighting it with blue, light blue, like we have here. So let me copy that. Why did you do that? I'd have just used control down. So now double work. Mm. Because I've already started using this arrow key, let me just finish it. But normally just do control down and it takes everything down. So you format it like that. You can decide to put total at the end. So when you come here, you can decide to put total at the end where it will give the total for each week. Then you can also do same formatting here. So let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Why didn't I use the same thing down? Come on, my mouse was just so as you can see now we've tell the story. We said okay, this customer. So if you are doing yours, you can bring in the customer name because some people might not know it by the customer ID. You can bring in the customer name. This customer um on week one, this is what the customer has done in 2017 so far. He has only this is what in terms of money. We're not doing quantity right now. We're not doing what he bought. We're doing what his amount, what he has spent on on the company or stuff like that. So this is what the customer has bought for this year, which is very small. So whoever the salesperson is for this region will answer for that. So you've done the customer life analysis, so they will know that this customer has not bought. Probably they will send people to visit, or this customer is doing well. You cannot say, okay, for doing well, oh, take one car on behalf of the company. You keep on doing well. So this table just shows the customer analysis. You can go ahead and do customer by region and stuff like that. So many things you can do with this data. So now we've done that. So the next thing we are going to do is this part. So this part just shows that for week 2017, this is what week one has done. So instead of the person just coming to come and be looking at it, this just gives a brief summary, sharp, sharp, before the person start looking at what has this amounted to. You understand? So this gives like a brief summary. So that is why I brought it up here. So let me do the same thing. So let me just copy that, then paste it. Then you can do the sum. So might say it's not still the same thing that we did down. Yes, but it does it the person that you're sending. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to paste it here. The person you're sending the report to might be someone that does not like stress, not those bosses that their body they rush and all those kind of things. So it just quickly they want to see figures. They don't care about how you got it. Just show me figures and later I can check how you got your figures. So that's why we're doing this part now. So you just sum that. You just no worries. Let me format that. So it's going to take that color. So I didn't want to take it down because I want to remove the color there. Did I put a color here? I don't think so. So let me just remove that color there because there's no need. So you just come to fill, no fill. So there'll be no color. Then I'll just take it down. The next thing I will let me format it to 11. Then comma is already there. Then calculate sheets. So that is why you need to be doing it manually so that it doesn't stop your work. So you have to wait for the like for you don't want to finish or don't go Excel to finish. So for this one, I would pick a lighter shade. Let me pick this shade of blue. What did I use? My so I same thing. So for this one, I just put 2017 sales. So you just put 2017 sales so that they can see. So for 2017, this is what week. So this is the total sales for 2017, and this is what they are broken down by week. So you can decide to break down yours down by months. You can, since you have the dates, you can break down by month, you can break down by week, and all that. So let me insert. I'm trying to insert cells so that I can put the graph. So I've inserted cell now. So to put the graph in, because the graph shows like, oh, where do we have like quickly, instead of looking at the numbers to see which one is more than which, with the graph you can easily see, oh, this is where we had the highest sales and this is where we had the lowest sales. So for you to put the graph, you just highlight your numbers from week 1 to week 52. You can leave with 53 because there's no need. Week 1 to 52, you go to insert, you have so many charts. So let's use line charts. We normally use it, shows the trend and all those things. So this is the chart. Then you take it up and align it as you want. I'm just trying to see this picture. That is why it looks as if it's floating. It's not aligning. So we need to put in more uh, rows. So this is what's that? Mm. So let's take this down. Come on now. Okay. You can change the selection. Let me see. Select data because we've shifted it down. So it's picking it's still sticking to where is it sticking to? D10. So now we have to make it D14 and 15. Um 10 to 11. Now we have 14, 15. You can decide to do undo, but you can decide to change it from the data itself. So now as you can see it has picked it. So this is your week. So with this data now, you can now title it the way you want it. 2017 sales. You can even make it, let me see, dynamic. Let me see, equal to, you know, the dynamic is not dynamic yet. Okay, let's just go. Okay, the chart title disappeared. So dynamic doesn't want to dynamic. So let's just do the 2017 sales. Normally I do it dynamic so that I don't have to start typing titles everywhere. Probably because I match cell. So let me just change this to green. I like my colors to sync together. So I think we're done for today's class. So let me just cut this, align it to here. Okay. So now you've told a story. So now we moved from, so this shows the sales for 2017 from week 1 to week 52. Then there's no need for you to add anything to this chart. You don't need to put data labels. It will be so clumsy. So leave your analysis chart as simple as possible. If you add charts together, you can decide to do legend when there are two charts you're comparing together. But when you're doing analysis charts, just leave it as simple as possible because you already have the figures down. You get it? If you put the numbers, it's going to be very clumsy. Then I think that's all. So now you just analyze sales for each region. We know the region that are doing well. So we know that the least region is the South region. The sales manager needs to do more. And the best region so far is the West. So if there is any gift to give to the sales guys there, they are good to go. Then we also have we also saw the products that are doing well, the product are not doing well. Maybe this product is out of stock or something. So it's easy to query things like this. Okay, when your report is good. Then we also looked at customer analysis. We looked at customer what each customer has bought for the year, the customer that is doing well, the customer that is not doing well for year 2017. Yes. So yeah, you're welcome. So that is it. this sheet is what I send my reporter. So most of my reports are like this. So you can understand this analysis sheets very well. It's be very good. It's very good. And if you encounter any Excel formulas I want me to explain to you later on that I use, especially the ones I've been using, then I can explain. Hope I wasn't too fast. Let me check the chat. You're welcome. So are we good so far? Any question? Any question? Anything so far? If you have any question, if you're not on the group chat or support group, please find your way there. I think I put the link on this description in this live. So then if you've not liked my live, what are you waiting for? Let me go and carry a private masquerade for you. So Chin pepper, I must force you to understand. I'll be on your tail. You must enjoy it. You must enjoy this data analysis. It's very sweet. I'm on your tail. I want to then there's an assignment. There's an assignment. Since I finished the whole class, there's an assignment day. Assignment day. I was ready for you guys. Assignment day. So because we worked on sales, so the same thing, you're going to work on quantity. So for the quantity, you're going to be um you're going to be summing instead of summing up this sales column, you're going to sum up the quantity column. Do you get? So we've seen the money that they are bringing in. Let's also see the quantity of stuff that they've been buying. Let's see the quantity of stuff that have been going out. So if you have any question, please put it in the group chat. Please, sorry, in the support group. I have some amazing data analysts in the group. They're just quiet. They're doing odogu in the group. Amazing people in the group. So if I can't answer it, they will answer it for you. So and again, if somebody asks question and you know the answer to the question, I'm not like saying this is my group. No, this is everybody's group. So if you ask a question, if somebody asks a question and you know the answer to it, please just answer the person, politely. No, nobody's an island of knowledge, and no question is stupid. So we're all learning here. So thank you guys. I'm going to end this live now. See, I'm doing class. They are eating my chicken downstairs. See you guys. Please like. If you can share this live, I won't mind. But it is what it is. See you. Bye.